The lost Gospel of Thomas is powerful because it is believed to be the actual words of Jesus as he was teaching those around him how to use the power of human emotion in his life. I'm going to share two of these images with you. We said earlier, to unleash the force of the divine matrix in our lives, first, we have to understand how it works. And the science tells us how it works. Secondly, we must speak the language that the divine matrix recognizes, and science cannot tell us that. That comes from our past, from our culture, from our history, from those who have learned and used this language for thousands of years. So this is what we're doing right now. We're learning what did Jesus and what did the great masters say about this language? Because it's the same, whether you're talking Buddhist or Hindu or Christian, pre-Christian traditions, they're all telling us that there is a field of energy and that we have the language to use that field. This is an actual page out of the Gospel of Thomas. So we know that this ancient gospel actually existed. And you can see some of the letters. These are Greek letters. You can actually read some of, if you know Greek, you can see some of the Greek letters right here. In the Gospel of Thomas, two very important keys. This was written right around 300 years after the time of Jesus. In this gospel, okay, so here's what we're doing. We've been in the Buddhist monasteries in Tibet, and they're telling us that that feeling is the prayer, one. Two, that we must feel as if our prayers have already been answered. Okay, and now we're in an Egyptian monastery with the texts that used to be our tradition before they were edited. And we're going to look at the instructions that tell us how to do that. Okay if we do that? Is that good? Okay. Gospel of Thomas. If you have a copy of the Gospel of Thomas, this is verse 106, translated from the Nag Hammadi Library. And if you do not have a copy, it's in our books, and you can go to any library and pick this up. Verse 106. Look at what the Lost Gospel of Thomas says. It says,
Helen Hadsell was able to win any competition she took part in. She was known as the contest queen because she had won 7 trips to Paris, both.
When you make the two, thought and emotion, one. So the Gospel of Thomas is talking about thought and emotion. It's saying when you make your thought and your emotion one, look at what happens. You will say to the mountain, mountain, move away, and the mountain will move away. It's saying that when you can marry your thought and your emotion into one single potent force, that is when you have the power to speak. Let's go back to the Gospel of Thomas, another verse. Now this is verse 48. It says almost the same thing. This was so important that it was recorded at least 3 different times in the same gospel. Look at what this says. If the two make peace with each other in this one house. When Jesus is talking about the house or the temple, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Precisely you. You are the house. You are the temple. If the two make peace with each other in this house, if thought and emotion become one, if they make peace with each other in this house, look what happens. They will say to the mountain, move away, and it will move away. He's telling us again, in a completely different verse, how powerful it is to marry thought and emotion. But they still haven't told us how. How do you do this? That's the next piece. In the early Christian Bible, your Bible today, there is a passage. How many have heard, ask and ye shall receive? Have you heard that before? Ask and ye shall receive. Have you heard that? I know people that ask and ask and ask and nothing happens. Because the asking is not done with the voice. The asking is not done, please, please bring this to my world. That's not asking. To ask, we must speak to the field, to the divine matrix in the language that the field recognizes. In a language that's meaningful, the field doesn't recognize our voice, it recognizes the power of our heart. Remember this morning, our heart, we have a feeling, creates electrical waves, magnetic waves. That's the language the field recognizes. So when you create the feeling in your heart as if your prayer is already answered, that creates the electrical and the magnetic waves that bring that answer to you. And you're going to see this in just a moment.
I failed all of my classes in high school and ended up dropping out. I also scored in the 99th.
Ask and ye shall receive. While we still have this passage in our text, in the Bible that you have today, the King James Version, John 16, 23, 24, what you have is the condensed version. You have the edited version. The edited version looks like this. This is the edited version. Whatsoever ye ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Hitherto have ye asked nothing in my name. Okay? Ask and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. Okay, this is the edited version. This is so amazing to me because they took out the two sentences that tell us how to ask. In the 4th century, when the edits happened, they took those two sentences out. Would you like to see those two original sentences? Okay, we'll go back into the original Aramaic and we'll look at a new translation. This is the original Aramaic. It begins, it looks very similar. So this is the retranslated version with the missing pieces. All things that you ask straightly, directly from inside my name, you will be given. It says, so far you've not done this, because if we ask with our voice, we have not done this. Now here's the piece that was edited. Here is what was lost. Look at these two very powerful sentences. Ask without hidden motive and be surrounded by your answer. Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness be full. Look at what it's saying. It's not saying to speak a word. It's saying to be surrounded, to feel as if. If you are surrounded, you are feeling as if your answer has already happened. Be enveloped. If you want the perfect relationship in your life, if you want the healing in the body of your loved ones, feel the feeling of what it is like as if that has already happened. Be enveloped by what you desire, because that is when your thought and your emotion become one. You think the thought of the healing in your loved ones, and you feel the love of that thought. They become one, and that is the language that this field recognizes. Does that make sense? Are you okay with that? You're going to see an example of this, another example here in just a moment. Ask without hidden motive. What does that mean? Hidden motive. Ask without judgment. This is precisely what the Buddhists are telling us. Ask without the judgment of the right or the wrong or the good or the bad. Ask without the ego. Ask from the heart. Is this meaningful to you? Is this helpful at all? Let me give you an example then. Because to be, if it says be surrounded, That means to feel as if. To feel as if. Now, if that sounds too religious, because it's from the Bible, we spoke this morning about Neville, the philosopher Neville, early in the 20th century. His book, The Power of Awareness. Look at what he says. It's the same thing. Neville says, you must make your future dream a present fact now by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled to come from the place that it's already happened. Now, this is what those practitioners did with that cancerous tumor. I want to just elaborate on this a little bit. When those practitioners healed the woman with her tumor this morning, they did not judge the cancer as wrong or bad or right or good. There was no judgment. They accept that tumor as a possibility, one of many possibilities, because in the quantum world, all things are possible. So they didn't say, bad cancer, you must go away. Or we're going to operate on you, or we're going to use radiation on you. They didn't do that. They accepted the cancer as it was, without hidden motive, without judgment. And they said, now we're going to choose a new reality by feeling, assuming the feeling as if the woman is already healed. So what they did was they felt the feeling as if the woman was fully healed, fully enabled, fully capacitated, already happened. And the chant that they were using, wasa, wasa, loosely translates into the words, already done, already done. And then when they got excited, they said, mate, means now, 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 not a year from now, not a month from now, not 5 minutes from now.
The practice you are about to learn is almost never described.
Now, in the quantum world now. And her body responded. It must. Physical reality must respond to the language that it understands. So in the Buddhist traditions, they are telling us the quality of the feeling. And in the Judeo-Christian traditions, they are giving us the instructions to be surrounded, to be enveloped, how to create that feeling. And when you put those all together, it's something that happens in our hearts, not in our minds. Feeling as if the prayer is already answered with no judgment and no ego, and feeling from the result. Feeling from the result as if it's already happened. Are there any martial artists here in the room? Karate experts? I studied martial arts when I was in my 20s and 30s, a little bit in my 40s and 50s. Have you seen martial artists when they demonstrate their focus by breaking a concrete block? Have you seen that? You've all seen that before, right? Okay, here's the secret. Here is the secret to breaking that block. When the martial artist is focused on that block, the very last thing that they are thinking is about their hand hitting the block. Because if they think about that, they know it will hurt. So they focus on what happens after their hand is passed through the block, as if it has already happened. They focus on a place below the block and feel the feeling as if their hand is already in that place. That is a metaphor. That is an equivalent for what we're doing with the power of emotion. Feeling as if the experience has already happened.
waves pass through.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. If I can be heard, give me a 4 up in the chat. If I can be heard, bless up, family. What's the word? All praise to the Most High, the Creator, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahuwah, however, Jehovah, the Great Spirit, the Great Light. I am that I am, that always was, is, and never shall be. The Creator, created gang in the building. Shout out to all my Nazarene scene brothers and sisters in the building. Shout out to all my faithist brothers and sisters in the building. Created gang is the family. Created gang is the movement. So look, y'all see the title, right? I know y'all see the title, man. Hey, shout out to my brother. Peace to the God. Shalom. He just did a wonderful, powerful live. Salute to the God, Cosmo and Cal. Last night did something major and powerful, representing the daughters of the Creator. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just right back. You know, hey, look, this is an honor just to be on the team. You know what I mean? I'm right behind y'all. It's all good. I see y'all in the building. Bless up. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. Believe that. All right. I see y'all in the building. My brother Arsurel, Shimshon in the building. Bless up. Chi-Town in the building. Hallelujah. Shekinah, my truck driving brew. Hey, you know when you get on the phone, let's work. Let's work. I know, you know, brothers and sisters got questions. Let's work, though. I'm with working. Kila Olam Kazdo or Maz, the great light. That's right. Another name for the Creator or the Most High. That or Maz. You ain't affiliated if you got to ask. Where y'all get that from? Ira Steve is in the building. Bless up. Bless up. My beloved sister from Texas. Bless up. Blessings to the family, too. It's raining here in St. Louis again, Iris. Serious business. Creative gang is the movement. That's right. Shalom. Yahweh in the building. Bless up, fam. Bless up. Bless up. My brother Derek M777. Bless up, King. Jason Buckley in the building. Bless up. Mikael the Battle Axe. Akdino out of Flow Rider. Bless up. My YHWH'S Israel. Him and his wife in the building. Bless up. My brother from Virginia. Set apart. I live in city of Compton. Yeah, that's my OG right there, boy. City of Compton. OG for real. He out here with great-grandchildren. You know what I mean? Put some respect on the name. Y'all already know. Yeshaya ben Israel, my beloved brother, my dirty South brethren from Alabama. I almost said Georgia, but you from Bama. Birmingham, if I ain't mistaken. Birmingham, Alabama. Blessings to my brother. Bless up. Kindred in the building. Blessings to your sister, MINISTRIES, the elder sister in the building. Bless up, Lion of Yah in the building. Bless up, Shebrew 144, Brooklyn in the building. Bless up, you know what I mean? I see y'all. Good to see y'all in the building. Brandon Carter, much love. Vinicius Long, much love. My Azriel Maccabees, Ben Yahoo, bless up. Bezel the Israelite in the building. Bless up. I see y'all. Nabi Malek Kodesh Obadiah. Nabi Malek Kodesh Obadiah. Bless up, King. How you be? I see y'all in the building. I think I got about everybody. Tikva, my beloved sister, created gang in the building. Put some respect on her name. You already know. Heathen Report. I like that name. The Heathen Report. John Kidd in the building. Jelon in the building. I see y'all. All right. So look, we won't go ahead and get into this. We're going to go ahead and get into some of this. Let me take this up off the screen. Yeah, I mean, Imam Robbie Dobbs in the building, Kana, Yael Bat Yah, and anybody else I forgot. My brother Eliyahu 7, Elijah, my brother Yare Yah Dreaded, Nazir with the Vortex in the building. I see y'all. Okay, so look, my brother Zachariahu, Yasher All, bless up. You already know. So let's get into some of this. What I want to do is go into how we just think about the Creator, the Most High. You understand? And look, this is not a name bashing thing. I know certain people call the Creator different names and all that. This ain't even what that is. My thing is, whatever you call him, how do you think about him? Are you putting a free case on the Creator? You understand? Are you believing certain things about him that necessarily is not true? You dig? So this is just an examination to examine. And of course, we're going to go into, you know, some text and all that, and we're going to deal. All right? First spot I want to go to, though, just to, you know, keep it what it is, I want to show y'all this. Matter of fact, let me put this link in the chat, too. It's the link to that video we just watched. Y'all check that out. Greg Braden, also Bruce Limpton. Dr. Bruce Limpton is another one that deal with the, you know what I mean, the understanding, knowledge, and the science of prayer and the healing. You understand, through energy, sound waves, spirit, you understand, and full faith, knowing what it is. You understand? Especially when 2 or 3 get together and project a massive healing and having our mind that this person is already healed. And look, that's what's been going on. You understand? So check that out when y'all get a chance. All right. First thing up, I'm gonna go to the Nazarene Acts real quick. Share something with y'all. Just real quick. Nothing major. You know, ain't nothing but your regular. You know how I do. Nothing but your regular. All right, so let's share that real quick. And let's get into these Nazarene Acts just real quick. My trial done ran out on Adobe. Oh, I heard it. Right, bang, bang, bang. All right, what I want to show y'all is this. All right. Notice what it says right here. Let me blow this up. It's a little taste. Just a little taste. All right, look, notice what it says right here. You zoom in. Hold on. You had this side stuff over here. And here we go. Wow. I moved out the way. All right, I'm at the bottom of page 272, Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. Just want to show y'all something real quick. Then we're going to get into it. Notice at the bottom down here. It says, see if I can highlight that. Yeah. All right, it says, right notions of, it says Elohim, but when we went through the understanding dealing with Kepha or Peter and who he was battling, even his enemy admitted that Peter was talking about the creator, not many gods or deities or none of that. You dig? So even though we read Elohim in her, what you're going to hear from me is creator. You know what I mean? Or the Most High, or, you know, all that. Just to keep everything solid, all right? Now, how the creator is to be thought of, or right notions, right beliefs of the creator is essential for holiness, or essential to be in good graces with him. Think about it. Like, how is you out here thinking that the Most High is bloodthirsty, a murderer, kills infants, attempt you to kill your own children, attempt you to go kill other children and babies, kill your wife, think about it. Think about it. You understand? A lot of us are victims of translation. That's what's going on. You understand? We turn any book. Okay, what book you talking about? We turn any book into your maker or your creator. You into idolatry. That's the problem. You're worshiping books. Meanwhile, what you're gonna see is the creator told you, I'm all in all. You understand? I'm always was, is, and never shall be. You want to know about me? Go study my creation. That means you got to go within self, because you're a creation of the Most High or the creator. And you got to go outside of yourself into what you call nature and study creation. You want to know about the character of your creator or the maker of heaven and earth and the many worlds out here. You understand? Well, you got to go study his creation. And his creation is on a macro level, micro level, quantum level, however you want to play it. All right, so this is Peter, who you know, the world knows is Peter, an apostle of the Messiah. You understand? But Hebrew name more is Kepha or Kepha. Now, this is what he's telling one of his students who's learning to rightly divide. You understand what they have at the time. So right here it says, right notions of the creator or Elohim essential to holiness. What I'm going to tell you will be sufficient by way of example. But I do not think, my dear Clement. So this is Peter talking to Clement. All right. I do not think, my dear Clement, that anyone who possesses ever so little love to creator and unaccustomed to learning will be able to take in or even to hear the things that are spoken against him. So Peter come right out and say, man, look, I'm gonna keep it all the way solid with you. Anybody really serving the Most High, anybody really serving the creator or whatever, he letting it be known, you ain't gonna be able to hear or stomach anything written or spoken against him, period. You understand? So when you read something and it jars your spirit, it has you like, hold on, that don't even sound right. You understand? And then you looking over at everybody else like, I know y'all heard that. Don't sound right. Right? Peter is telling Clement, or Kepha is telling Clement, like, look, anyone who possesses ever so little love to creator and unaccustomed to learning will be able to take in or even to hear the things that are spoken against him. So if you're unaccustomed to learning, if you don't have any love for the creator, Somebody can come around and tell you, oh yeah, your God is a baby killer or something like that, or your God is bloodthirsty. You understand? Right? But see, people who don't have any love for the Creator or the Most High, Yahweh, and are unaccustomed to learning, studying, taking these things in, they can stomach that. Us, we can't stomach that. And we're not going to stomach it. All right? We're going to challenge you at every corner. Every corner. How is the Most High this when it says this? All right? For how is it that he can have an overarching soul and yet be set apart? So how can the Most High just be common? Or he's everything to everybody and still what the scriptures call set apart? Holy, if you want to call it that. If you want to use that term, Kodesh. How is he Kodesh? You understand? The all in all, but he's everything to everybody. Supposing that there are many gods, or Elohim, and not only one, and not one only. See, this showing you that Peter was dealing with Creator. He's not dealing with the many gods. You understand? He's not dealing with the worship of many gods and none of that. He ain't playing the games either. And as you keep reading through it, you'll see he questioning the forbidden fruit. He questioning a lot of things that people got a problem with, or you've been questioning over the years. Like, what the Most High mean? Let me go down and see what's going on. Like, I thought he has eyes in every place, beholding the good and the evil. He don't need to come down nowhere to understand and view what's happening. And what that mean? The Most High repented that he made man. So he's out here making mistakes now. No, brother, not repent like sinning, but repent like change his mind, or he regretted. So the Most High made a decision that he regretted. So the all in all is not perfect, all knowing, all seeing, always was, is, and never shall be. He makes mistakes like us. See, men and women, mortals, we make mistakes. You saying the Creator makes mistakes, and then whatever decision he made, he had to regret it? Does that sound like the Most High? Does that sound like the Creator? Come on, let us go down and see. I repent that I made man. Come on, man. Think about it. You look, there's nothing wrong with you critically examining any scripture, any text, anything you read, anything. Because what you'll find out is the false gods are playing men like puppets out here, men and women. And we out here swearing we doing the right thing. Now look at this. It says right here, but even if there be but one who will cherish zeal to be set apart, one finds in him many defects, since he will hope that the beginning of all things, by reason of the defects of his own nature, would not visit the crimes of others. He look, the way, and this is first century. Peter letting it be known, look, his problems in the written Torah that we have. You understand? The reason why people believe the Most High repented and he's short-sighted and he's weak, you understand? And that he's bloodthirsty and that he's a killer and that he'll command you to kill other children or command you to kill your children to test your loyalty is because that's what's already written down in the written Torah that they have even in their day, just like it is now. And here come Messiah and his disciples or apostles teaching total opposite than what was written down. That's why they want to stone the brothers. You understand? Because they like, that ain't right. No, Creator ain't even moving like that. What is y'all talking about? Ye of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. So you can't put murder on the Most High. He ain't with the shedding of blood according to YHWH'S. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. So you can't put a lie on the Most High or the Creator. Because YHWH'S put all the evil on Slick Willie himself. Yeah, who is Satan, the devil, however you personify this bastard, however your lower self, your beastly nature, whatever. When you're done talking, the Messiah did not free case his father. He did not free case the Creator. He told the religious leaders of his day who were in cahoots with the Roman government and all, they look, you are your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Meaning you're children of Satan. And whatever he tempts you with, whatever desire he put in your mind, you gonna go do that. Satan, was a murderer from the beginning. So we're gonna remove the bloodshed off the table. The bloodshed is on the adversary, it's not on the Creator. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. So that means we got to put the lie on the adversary too, and not on the Creator. And when he speaketh of a lie, talking about Satan, he speaketh of his own, for he is the father of it. It seems like YHWH'S, according to John 8:44 on down, put the evil on Satan and not his father, the Creator. He never free cased the Creator. Never. Never. All right. If y'all understand that, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. All right, and I went over some of this before, but I want to give y'all this right here. All right, let's get into some of this real quick. All right, Nazarene, Acts of the Apostles, page 274. So how is the Most High to be thought of? How is the Creator to be thought of? How? Come on, man. You got to stop. Look, stop all this. You understand? And if one of the brothers or sisters ask you, like, look, if you got inspired to go kill, would you go do it? If you got inspired to kill children, would you go do it? If you got inspired to kill your children, your wife, you understand? Your brothers and sisters. You know how many brothers that tell you, man, the Most High told me to, I would, and then you got to run down on them and check them on it. Hold on, I thought Most High said we ain't supposed to be shedding blood. Dang, that's a good point, bro. Yeah, so what you mean? So anything opposite of that, then that's not the Most High tempting you to go do that. You understand? Like, why would the Most High tempt you to kill? Like, trip off this. Like, even your children are his children. You understand? The sons and daughters that you love and all that, your grandbabies and all those creator babies. What do you want you killing them for? See, you start digging a little deeper than what you have on the surface. You start seeing, hold on. You understand? These the false gods fronting like they the creator. You understand? That's what's happening. Now watch this. How is created to be thought of? Wherefore, Clement, my son, beware of thinking otherwise of creator than that he is the only creator, master and father, good and righteous. The who? Creator. See, so we ain't making this up. We ain't making this up. Peter, who was a disciple, Yahshua HaMashiach, you understand? The Nazarene, who were branches of the Essene movement, you understand? Were dealing with the creator. They was not dealing with all these makeshift gods that you can just pull out your little shoebox. You understand? Throw up or spit some snot on it and grab some chicken bones and blow some smoke on it. No, he wasn't dealing with all that. He wasn't dealing with the Orishas and all that. He wasn't dealing with all these little makeshift, little funny ass God. He dealing with the creator. All right. If y'all understand that, give me a 3 up in the chat. Bless up. All right. If y'all understand that. You understand? This is a direct disciple of Yahshua HaMashiach. He's dealing with the creator. Y'all. He's not dealing with the makeshift gods or the false gods. They're not dealing with the bloodshed. They're not dealing with none of it. They're not dealing with any of that. Peter's saying, don't think otherwise. Beware of thinking otherwise of creator than that he is the only Elohim, master and father, good and righteous, the creator. Long-suffering, merciful, the sustainer, the benefactor, ordaining love of men, counseling purity. Yeah. So when we tell you let go of those dead animal sandwiches, those pig ear sandwiches, that hog head cheese, those listening sandwiches, stop chewing on bottom feet. When we tell you these things, it's because the Most High is about counseling purity. It's all about purity, y'all. Counseling purity, immortal. Yeah, and making immortal, incomparable. Dwelling in the souls of the good. The creator is in you. You looking outside of what's already inside. We looking externally or outside of ourselves to validate what's already within. The law's already within. The creator's already within. The kingdom's already within. What you complaining about? You out here rich over here. Look, you rich out here complaining that you broke. Think about it. The creator dwells in the souls of you brothers and sisters. All right, and you don't need no priest to go holler at the creator. He already with you. He been speaking to you since before you can even remember. Dwelling in the souls of the good, who cannot be contained and yet is contained within the heart, who has fixed the great world as a center in space. Wow. Who has spread out the skies and solidified the land, who has stored up the water, who has disposed the stars in the sky, who has made the fountains flow in the earth, has produced faults, has raised up mountains, has set bounds to the sea, has ordered winds and blasts, who by the spirit of counsel has kept safely the body comprehended in a boundless sea. This is how you think about the creator, the all in all, the ever present, the always was, is, and never shall be, omnipotent, omnipotent. So if you read something that says he's impotent and not omnipotent, then you got to question that. If you read anything talking about the weakness of God, you got to question that. The Most High is omnipotent, not impotent. He's all strength, not weak. So you got to question scriptures that say, well, he couldn't do certain things because of this, because the Canaanites had chariots of iron. That your chariots of iron has nothing to do with the creator. We're talking about the creator. We're not talking about chariots of iron or minerals. So they got a chariot made out of minerals, iron ore. No. The Most High is omnipotent, all strength. So it don't matter that the Canaanites got chariots of iron. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be careful of giving the Most High a free case. That's what's happening. You understand? Shout out to Verbal Replenishment Ministries. Bless up. Any book that is not read in the spirit is just a dead tree. Messiah said that the letter without the spirit is dead, but the spirit gives life. Facts. Facts. That's it. What are we doing worshiping books for? And we just read that the Creator speaks through your soul. He's dwelling in your soul, in your heart. Everything you're looking for is already within. And we don't even talk about spiritual progression or spiritual development in the Israelite nation. It's just same dead breakdowns. That's all it is. Same dead breakdowns. But your spirit ain't being fed. You ain't being challenged. You ain't leveling up. You ain't like, dang, I ain't never tripped off of it like that. You see that? Now look at this. It says judgment to come. This our judge to whom it behooves us to look and to regulate our own souls. To regulate who? Our own souls. You hear that in the Bible a lot. Say it yourself. Huh? Deliver yourself. Once you got the understanding of Yahshua HaMashiach, guess what? His teachers are proactive. You're supposed to put that into action. You're supposed to sit back and just wait and twiddle your thumbs and observe wind patterns. You're supposed to be proactive in this thing. You ain't just no helpless bystander. No, you proactive. You active. At least you should be. You understand? And that's what I'm talking about. It's the difference between a banger and a member. A gang banger and a gang member. The gang banger is active. The gang member is not active. He's inactive. The gang banger is on site. You understand? The gang member, he's more retired. He's the couching lion. You understand? So again, it's the difference between banging and being a member, banging and being affiliated. In spirit, you understand? We banging. I'll never feel comfortable retiring. Not in this. Even when it's, the other side, we still got work to do. You understand? So it's telling you what Peter's saying. Look, regulate your own soul. You know what's right and wrong. You don't need MALAKIMAC to go lie to tell you what it is that you thinking about doing, if it's right or wrong. You already hear the voice of the Creator. He already in you. Creator already telling you what's right and wrong. You don't need me to validate nothing for you. You already know what it is, and you learn through your life experiences. See, so your experience is not mine. Neither is mine yours, and I'm not trying to make my experience yours. All right, this is our judge to whom it behooves us to look and to regulate our own souls, thinking all things in his favor, speaking well of him. Why wouldn't you be speaking well of the Most High? Think about it. Speaking well of him, persuaded that by his long suffering, he brings to light the obstinacy of all. And is alone good. And he at the end of all will sit as a just judge upon every one of those who have attempted what they ought not. All right. So I want to show that real quick. I want to show y'all. You understand? First century brothers was already on this. Like, look, you ain't supposed to be thinking about the Creator like he's just some chump sucker or, bloodthirsty or, jealous and all that. Like, you understand? Like, weak men and women get today. We ain't supposed to be doing that. And everybody know that. Excuse me, our computer jumping a little bit. And everybody know that. You know what I mean? So, all praise and glory now to the Most High. If y'all get some understanding so far, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Bless up, bless up. I see y'all in the chat. Okay. Bruh say you can't level up if you don't want to clean your temple because you can't receive a word, right? Hey, no doubt that, bro. When you be out in nature, you feel more alive and in tune with the Creator. That's right, my brother Eliyahu. All right. Verbal replenishment. That's why I love being in the mountains. Messiah was always in the mountains and dwelled with his living creation and creatures. Exactly. Why acting like what we saying is so it's blasphemy? You know what I mean? They lovers of nature. Yeah, Jack, I'm not no creator hater. Absolutely. I'm in awe of the Most High's creation. Yes, I am. All of it. All of it. You understand? Real talk. All right, right on for the super chat, my beloved verbal replenishment minute. Let's share something else though. Next we're gonna go. I got a treat for y'all. Hold on. Drum roll. Is Keela in her? Okay, yeah, Keela in her. All right, I got a surprise for y'all today. All right, let's get to it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Somebody, they really about to hang your brother off the gateway yards. Oh no, he ain't pulled the earth sky spirit out, did he? Yes, I did. I was reading this earlier and found something very, very interesting. I know some of the brothers are afraid of OISP. You dig? We ain't over here. You dig? We got the spirit of the creator or the presence of the creator with us, to where we can examine whatever and be, you understand? And be critical about it. And if it apply to what we doing, then that's what it is. All right. So I'm about to go into OISP. You dig? If it resonate with your spirit, it does. If it don't, it don't. You dig? All right, so I got this right here. Now we going into the name of the class is how is the creator or the Most High to be thought of? What are your thoughts? We shouldn't be giving him a free case. You dig? So I'm gonna read the top of this first. All right, y'all check it out. Last I heard, these deals are sold out on Amazon. These deals is going out like flapjacks, boy. Look at Bell. So okay, Mally, I see. Look at my boy YAH'KI. He like, Shebrew. Yeah. All right, so look, we're gonna get into this. This right here, y'all, is called the Book of Yahweh. You see the J's and all that for y'all. This, don't like the J's and the V's and the Vi. All right, so Book of Yahweh, Jehovah. Again, this is not no chapter 1. This is not about name pronunciation. I ain't into none of that. You understand? But let's eat though. Let's eat, because this man I heard calling certain things wicked. So in order for us to understand wickedness concerning the text, we got to examine the text. Okay, this is the beginning. Like to kick off with this right here, the Book of Yahweh or the Book of Jehovah. All right, look at this right here. It says, "Wherein is revealed," chapter 1. "Wherein is revealed the three great worlds: corporate, meaning your physical reality; earth, corporate; atmospheria, the heavens surrounding the earth; atmosphere. And etheria, those are the emancipated heavens. Those are the highest heavens. And even etheria got levels too. Look at this. As in other Bibles, it is revealed that the world was created. So in this Bible, it is revealed how the creator created it. So we getting into methodology. All right, now if methodology, if this methodology is wicked to you, then you can exit stage left. But if it's intriguing, if it resonates with your spirit, then stick around for a little bit. Stick around for a little bit. If it resonates with you. All right. All right. If it resonates with your spirit. All right. So this the OISP goes into how the creator created or methodology. All right. As other Bibles that proclaim heavens for the spirits of the dead, behold, this Bible reveals where these heavens are and the manner and glory and work that the spirits of the dead enjoy, whereby the wisdom, power, love, and glory of the Almighty are magnified for the understanding of man. Was any of that evil y'all just heard? We about to get into it, but what I just read from the Book of Yahweh or the Book of Jehovah, the beginning of it, what I just read, if it was wicked, give me a 2. All right. If it was not wicked, give me a 1. A lot of men running the mouth. Yeah, the book was compiled and put together. Look, I hear all that. And to be truthful, we've been here in that period dealing with the Bible, dealing with Nazarene scene literature. Any so-called spiritual book you come around with, you understand, people gonna be scrutinizing it, so that's understandable. But what I'm asking is, in order for this to be something evil, witchcraft, demonic, right? If that's the case, then when we examine the text, we should be seeing the Creator okaying and condoning evil, witchcraft, bloodshed, rape, incest, pillaging and villaging, by violence taking land. Huh? Putting the brothers and sisters in bondage and subjugation. All right. But if we don't find none of that dealing with the Creator, then guess what? Y'all just put a free case even over this way. Stop putting a free case on what the Most High got going on. You understand? This ain't nothing evil. We just read about, okay, we're going to study the methodology, the method, how the Most High created. You understand? And for me, I'm not scientific. I'm into the science and all that too, but I'm what do you call that? Not intrigued, but I'm curious. I'm a curious brother. Like when because my mind is always on that. I'm always looking for something, to quench the thirst that I have. Because, brothers be having questions about certain things. All right. So what I got up in the chat so far, I got all ones. All right. So let's get into this. All right. Now it says right here, apology. I guess some type of subtitle. Apology. The universe is full. All things are members. Speech they have, bid them speak. The recorder of the words be thou, such as earth language, the first language. What say of the bird, the beast, the stars, the sun, all? It is their soul speaking. The soul hear you and repeat it. This life leadeth thee to origin. Chapter 1, verse 1, Book of Yahweh. All was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spake, and motion was and is and ever shall be. And being positive. You understand? So we're dealing with an electrical charge here. All right, positive and negative. This ain't saying like, positive. Oh, he led a positive life. When you read positive and negative, it's dealing with a positive and a negative charge or an electrical charge. All right, so it's dealing with Creator from even more of a scientific understanding and methodology on how the Creator gets down. All right, so there's a positive charge to this motion, to this all we speaking about. It's a positive charge to it. All right, not a negative. Read again. All was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spake, and motion was and is and never shall be. And being positive was called he and him. So when we dealing with Creator from an OWASP point of view, Creator is called a he and a him, not because man per se. You understand? He and him because of the direction or the force or the charge that's on the motion of it. You understand? Of Creator. That's a positive charge. Based off the positive charge, that motion, that spin, you understand? Or the evidence of Creator is called a he. Not because he's a man. Because you got in the scripture, he's a man of war. You understand? And many other things. Man this, man that. And then other scriptures say he's not a man. All right. So when you read about he and him, it's not talking about a man. It's talking about the charge of electricity dealing with positivity. It's a positive charge, meaning it has a certain motion. It has a certain direction to its spin, to its motion. All right. So if you understand that, give me a 5 up in the chat. All right. Read it again. All was, all is, all ever shall be. The all spake and motion was. And is and ever shall be. And being positive was called he and him. The all motion was his speech. He said, I am. All right, so now we know what we're talking about. He said, I am. And he comprehended all things, the seen and unseen. Nor is there any in all the universe but what is part of him. Saying so in other words, everything that's in existence is encompassed by the Creator. There is no he got to come down and see what's going on. There is no he did something and he regrets what he did. There is no Creator is weak on this one. He's not omnipotent, he's impotent. You understand? It ain't none of that. You see, he said, I am, and he comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. nor is there aught in all the universe but what is part of him. You understand? So in other words, you can study creation, whether here on earth or in the heavens, and learn about the creator. Look at this. He said, I am the soul of all. And the all that is seen is of my person and my body. Go study creation. Study creation. All right, watch this. By virtue of my presence, all things are. By virtue of my presence is life. By virtue of my presence are the living brought forth into life. I am the quickener, the mover, the creator, the destroyer. I am first and last. Yeah, y'all, because everything that has a beginning has an end. Everything that is created will eventually return to a state to where it's barren. You understand? And it has to be dissipated, and you understand, and then we off to the next creation. So that ain't him being a destroyer like he's bloodthirsty. You understand? But no, the Most High deals in cycles. He deals in times. You understand? Even with earth. Earth at one point was at a time to where it wasn't inhabitable. You understand? And then it got to a point to where it was habitable, to where it was conducive to man's body temperature. That's why your body temperature is 98.6 or 99 degrees. But it can't go too far above it and too far below it, or it's death. So everything is in cycles with the Most High. Learn the cycles, you learn how to prophesy. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Now look at this. I am first and last. So this is the creator telling you I'm the first and the last. You see? Nothing about him being impotent or weak. Nothing about the creator being bloodthirsty. Nothing about the creator telling you to murder and kill your children. None of it. None of it. And by us thinking like that, we are putting a free case on creator and on the men that he gave his light to, the men and women he gave his light to raise mortals up in these hours. All right, look at this. And trip off this, y'all. Remember who's speaking. This is creator speaking. All was, all is. This is the book of who? The book of Yahweh, or the book of Jehovah. This is Yahweh speaking. Now look at this. Of two apparent entities am I. Nevertheless, I am but one. These entities are the unseen, which is potent, or the spiritual realm, which is strong, potent, and the seen, the physical or the visible realm, which is of itself impotent or weak. It's letting you know that the unseen has more power. The spiritual realm has more power than the physical realm. So guess what influences what? The unseen influences the seen. The spiritual realm, what you call spiritual realm, influences the physical realm, because the unseen is strength, or has more strength than the seen, which is impotent. See that? Now look at this. Read again. It says, of two parent entities am I. Nevertheless, I am but one. These entities are the unseen, which is potent, meaning strong, and the seen, which is of itself impotent and called corporate. Seen or corporeality is your physical reality. But notice it's weaker than what's unseen. Notice that. You out here thinking you out here making moves and doing the things you want to do, man. Look, you don't even understand the forces that are at work here. All right, watch this. With these two entities and likeness thereby of myself, made I all the living. Huh? Hold on. With these two entities, the seen and unseen, the strong and the weak, right? The spiritual and the physical. With these two entities and likeness thereby of myself, made I all the living. For as the life is the potent part, so is the corporeal part, impotent part. Trip about this. Chief over all that live on the earth, I made man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Chief over all that live on the earth, I made man. Male and female made I them. And that man might distinguish me, I commanded him to give me a name. By virtue of my presence, commanded I him. And man named me, not after anything in heaven or on the earth. In obedience to my will, named he me after the sounds of the wind. In obedience to my will, named he me after the sounds the wind uttereth. And he said, E-O-I. If you listen, that's what this wind makes. Those are the sounds that the wind makes. E-O-I. Yeah, which is now pronounced Jehovah Yahweh, and is written thus. Look at this right here. You see this? So it's saying that we call the creator his name based off creation, not based off anything in heaven or on earth, but what the wind uttereth. You understand? Look at that. So that's chapter 1 of the book of Yahweh. All right, let's get into chapter 2. We ain't read nothing wicked yet. Nothing. All right. You don't want to be out here thinking evil about the creator. You understand? You don't want to be doing that. Shout out to my brother John Kidd, right on for the super chat, brethren. Abundant blessings to you and your family. God bless up. All right, Jehovah said, by virtue of my presence created I the seen and unseen worlds. Wow. So who's saying this? And one thing you'll notice about YHWH's that I dig is that it differentiates or distinguishes the creator, the Most High, Yahweh, from his sons and daughters, which are gods, goddesses, lords, lordesses, you know what I mean, angels and all that. You understand? But all those were one-time mortals who either lived in this world or in other physical worlds that are made out there. You understand? So what I like about, because I've been reading through YHWH, what I've been reading, what intrigued me was it's real easy to tell the difference between creator and a God. You understand? Now you got true God and those rolling with him, but true God is a son of the Most High. He's never worshipped. You don't pray to him. You understand? Even if true God is a sister, a goddess, you don't worship her. You don't pray to her. She has been called by the creator. He has been called by the creator to come to this red star, this bloody earth, and to raise men and women up and get them ready, you understand, for ascension into the emancipated heavens, to experience and witness the vastness of the creator's creation. You understand? So I like that, because when you read Jehovah or Yahweh in her, it's always speaking about the creator, always. All right. When you read God, God said, well, God, if he's true God, he's working for creator. All right. He don't desire your worship. If he got angels, he sent angels to you. Those angels will never tell you, bow before me. I'm your creator. Worship me. Nuh-uh. Every angel or every spirit that's in good graces with the creator, if they appear to you, will always tell you worship creator. Worship the creator. Don't worship me. I'm your brethren. I'm like you. You'll be like me. You understand? In years to come. Highly raised up, a highly evolved, raised up son or daughter of the Most High. You understand? Called to God. Called to Lord. You see? So I like that. I like that about when I've been reading, because I'm like, now, okay, so you can tell the difference. It's not a whole bunch of, tripping up. Okay, so who's talking right here? Is it Lord God? Is it Lord? Is it God? Is it Messiah? Because a lot of us be like, oh, that's Messiah talking. They say Lord, but it's Messiah. See, this is real easy to understand who's talking. Who's talking? All right? Now watch this. Yahweh said, by virtue of my presence created I the seen and the unseen worlds. And I commanded man to name them. And man called the seen worlds corpora. All right? So when you hear corpora or corporeality, it's just talking about the physical reality. And the unseen worlds, S. So when you hear S in here, it's talking about the spiritual realm, S. And the inhabitants of corporate, man called corporeans. But the inhabitants of S, he called sometimes Essenes. Oh, hold on, Jack. Hold on. But the inhabitants of the spiritual realm are called Essenes? Wow. This is serious. Hey, that's what's up, Verbal Replenishment Ministries. All praises. All right. But the inhabitants of S, he called Essenes. He called sometimes Essenes, sometimes spirits, and sometimes angels. All right. So the inhabitants of the spiritual realm, especially the heavens that surround the earth, atmosphere, are called Essenes, angels, or spirits. All right. Yahweh said, Jehovah said, I created the earth and fashioned it. and placed it in the firmament. And by my presence brought man forth a living being, a physical body, gave I him that he might learn physical things. You here to learn. You here to learn. You here to investigate and learn. And you understand? To learn about the Creator by studying his creation, which includes yourself. Starts from within, and then work your way out. All right. So that you might experience physicality or physical things, he made you a body. And death I made that he might rise in the firmament and inherit my Etherian worlds. That's the end game, y'all. Ethereal. The highest heavens, or the emancipated heavens. All right. Death was made that you will rise in the firmament. I remember he placed the earth and the firmament and all that, but he made death so you can rise up and inherit what's yours. Your divine birthright, brothers and sisters, is Etheria, the Etherian realms, the higher heavens, the emancipated heavens and worlds. Remember Yahshua said, in my Father's house are many mansions? That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about, the Etherian worlds. All right, it's many, many worlds. Many, many worlds. You understand? Now watch this. Watch this. It says, to S I gave dominion over corpora. So to the unseen has dominion over what's seen. With S I filled all place in the firmament, but corpora I made into earths and moons and stars and suns. Beyond number made I them, and I caused them to float. And I caused them to float in the places I allotted to them. Wait. S I divided into two parts, and I commanded man to name them. And he called one Etheria and the other Atmosphere. These are the three kinds of worlds I created. But I gave different densities to Atmospherian worlds and different densities to Etherian worlds. All right? So it's a different makeup and construct. So the heavens that surround the earth, or what we call the atmosphere, has a different construct and makeup. It vibrates at a different frequency than the heavens that are outside of atmosphere, the Etherian worlds. And it's made up and composed of different densities. So you're getting some understanding right now. You're learning how the Most High created the heavens and the earth, how, the methodology. All right, we ain't just saying in the beginning God created. Now you're getting the how, what happened. All right, you're getting science here. You're getting electrical charge. You getting motion. Always was, is, and never shall be. How he divided his creation up into the seen and unseen, and how man named him based off the sounds the wind uttered. You learning all this right now. You learning all this right now. Look at this. It says right here, for the substance of my Etherian worlds, I created eth, or what you know today, y'all, is ether. Ether, or gas. For the substance of my Etherian worlds, I created ether, the most rarefied. Out of ether made I them, and I made ether the most subtle of all created things, and gave to it power and place, not only by itself, but also power to penetrate and exist within all things, even in the midst of the physical worlds. And to ether gave I dominion over both atmosphere and corpora. So the highest heavens got dominion over it all. Got dominion over it all. All right. And he's letting you know how he created his Etherian realm, or his Etherian worlds, and what substance he used. He used a substance that you know today is ether. Ether. All right. Now watch what he gonna do with the ether, how he fashioned it. You understand? What force he put on it. You did. This is real, man. It gives you some high science behind how the creation went down. All right. So if it resonates with you, that's what's up. But if it don't, you got every right to keep it moving. All right, we ain't forcing nobody. All right, we just simply sharing what it is we've been studying. All right, it says right here, it says in the all highest, in the all highest places created I the Etherian worlds, and I fashioned them of all shapes and sizes, similar to my corporeal worlds or physical worlds. But I made the Etherian worlds inhabitable both within and without, with entrances and exits. Yeah, there are portals in the heavens. Everybody know that. Entrances and exits and arches and curves, thousands of miles high and wide, and overruled I them with all perfect mechanisms. So Everything dealing with the Most High is like a machine. It's cyclical. Everything's in order. You understand? So the heavens, how the zodiacs and all that line up, and how the heavens expand and move, none of that is by accident. All that's by divine timing. You understand? Well, we divine mechanisms. Look at this. And I overruled them with all perfect mechanisms and in colors and movable chasms and mountains. So it's mountains in the heavens, yeah, in endless change and brilliancy. To them I gave motions and orbits and courses of their own. Independent made I them, and above all other worlds in strength, potency, and majesty. Neither created I one Etherian world. Wow. 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 Neither created I one Etherian world like another in size or density. Meaning, so in my Father's house of many mansions, like Messiah said, it let you know that in the emancipated heavens, nothing is the same. Like nothing is alike. You understand? I was reading, matter of fact, I forgot which I was reading somewhere in here where it was talking about how they were on a space, they was on a space trip for like 1,000,000 years. You understand? And they didn't see, not one time did they see the same thing twice while touring the Most High or the Creator's cosmos. And they was on the trip. That show you that the Creator is constantly expanding his creation. They was on a space trip, y'all, for 1,000,000 years. They was on a space trip because they wanted to see and view the Creator's creation. And for 1,000,000 years, you understand? Not one time did they see the same thing twice. So that makes sense when it says right here. All right. When it says right here, neither created I one Etherian world like another in size or density or in competent parts, but everyone different from another. Yeah. And with a glory matchless, each in its way. Atmospherian worlds are also created in the firmament. So the atmosphere is what's right surrounding the earth. All right. I created in the firmament. I gave them places and orbits and courses for themselves. Everything is in motion. A lot of people want to believe a lot of things are sitting still. Based on what I've been looking at and seeing and studying, everything that has life moves. Everything that has life is in motion. All right. Being still or stiff is synonymous with death. All right. Now look at this. I said, everyone different from another and with the glory matchless, each in its way. Atmospherian worlds I created in the firmament. I gave them places and orbits and courses for themselves. But atmospherian worlds I created shapeless and void of fixed form. For they are in process of condensation or dissolution. Being intermediate in condition between my etherian and my physical worlds of 3 degrees of density created I them. And I commanded man to name them. And one he called Ajah, and one Jah-A, and one Nebulae. You heard about the nebulous and the nebulae and look at this. But all of them are composed of the same substances, being like the earth but rarefied. Nor is there on the earth or in it one thing, even iron or lead or gold or water or oil or stones. But the same things are in my atmospherian world. So the physical elements that you have here, they exist in a gaseous form in the unseen realm, right? In the atmospherian worlds, right above us. All right. So the physical, the periodic table elements, like all your minerals. What we used to look at when we was going to school, they used to have a periodic time chart up and all that. They used to have that up, and all these different minerals was on there: hydrogen, oxygen, iron. You did all that was on there, right? Now trip off this. Those are physical elements that exist in a different density, in a different form in atmosphere. All right. Every physical element has a gaseous form. It's just like water. Water can be what? Ice. It's a different form, or water can evaporate. You understand? Same thing, but it's still water. All right. Look at this right here. It says, all right here. It says right here. And I also created atmosphere around about my corporeal worlds. Together made I them. I'm going to go back up to verse 9. But all of them are composed of the same substances, being like the earth, but rarefied. Nor is there on the earth or in it one thing, even iron or lead or gold or water or oil or stones. But the same things are in my atmospheric worlds. As I have given light to the earth, so have I given light to many of them. And all such have I commanded man to call comets. These nebula comets. We talking about comets? Wow. And remember, this is Yahweh speaking according to the OWASP, right? It says, so have I given light to many of them, and all such have I commanded man to call comets, and even so named them. And I also created atmosphere round about my corporeal worlds, together made I them. So he's saying every corporeal world has an atmosphere. And atmosphere is basically the atmosphere. It's the heavens that surround that physical body, you know what I mean, that you call an earth or a sun or any type of planet or a star. And they all have what's called atmosphere. All right. Chapter 3, and we're going to jump a little bit. Just want to do a little bit of reading, and we're going to get on about it. All right. How are we speaking about the Creator? Are we giving him a free case? All right. All right, are we giving him a free case? Thus spake Yahweh by the light of Cosmon, proclaimed he these things amongst the nations of the earth. Man looked upward in prayer, desiring to know the manner of all created things, both on earth and in heaven. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got me a telescope on the way. Absolutely. And Yahweh answered him, saying, the whirlwind made I as a sign to man of the manner of my created worlds. Stop that real quick. Let's stop that real quick. Hold on. Let's go show some of this real quick. Y'all get some understanding. Y'all get some understanding so far. Give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Bless up. Let's go show some of this. Let's go show some of this. All right. It's this beautiful thing when you can read, you can read and then look in real time and see it. All right, that's powerful. If you ask me, like, dang. All right, so share screen. All right, I think I'm gonna do. Let's do the entire screen. That won't work. It may work. All right, so these are whirlwinds. Click on something like. Let me see which one should I click on. You know what I mean? Get the visuals popping. Bada. That's like a fist coming out the corner. You know what I mean? All right. So the Most High is saying that he made the whirlwind. A whirlwind is evidence of how the Most High gets down. The whirlwind. All right. Then you got whirlpools, whirlwind. This rotary, or what we call a vortex, happens with air, happens in water. You understand? Look. Even with you, it happens. Trip off this, y'all. It happens with every physical body you see, every planet, every star, sun, moon, even with yourself. You know, ran into people before, so people be like, "Man, your aura today, it's just, you know, off the chain. I feel all that love pouring up off of you, y'all. That's the aura, is the vortex, what you call a whirlwind or a whirlpool, any of that. You understand? Spinning. Yes, even your body is in motion, even if you're not walking. All right. There's an aura around you, something spinning, vortex, motion. You understand? Today you call it an aura. Call it an aura. All right. So we're saying the whirlwind is what he uses. Let me click on another one. I see a tight one up here. The whirlwind is what Creator uses. All right. Stick around. We're going to show y'all. And look, we all grew up seeing whirlwinds like tornadoes. Right? Right? That's right. DNA, vortex, herb, vortex, all of it. If you got an air fryer, that's vortex. If you drive a car, that's a vortex. And some of the cars, like my truck got a vortex motor in it. And what you'll notice is everything is in motion. It has a rotary. It has a spin to it. You understand? Everything's in motion. All right. Just want to show y'all that real quick. All these different whirlwinds and all that. All right, let's get back to what it's talking about. I like this one right here. This one's tight. Wow. All right. Now let's get on back. Let's get back. Let's get back to read. Let me stop screen. Go back to the shirt and let's work. Let's work. How are we to think about Most High? How are we to think about the Creator? We showing you the method of his creation right now. It's method. It's methodology. Some people that's wicked. And you don't want to know about the Most High's methodology and all that. I mean, that's fair enough. Everybody have their own way they deal with stuff, you know what I mean? Shebrew 144, excellent point. Your fingerprint is a vortex. You start seeing this everywhere. Flush the toilet, vortex. Dang. Wash the dishes, vortex. Shower, vortex. Bath, vortex. Dang. Everything's spinning. And even if you did a time lapse and has your camera pointed up at the sky, you dig? If you came back and played that time lapse, guess what? Even the sky is in motion, spinning. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. All right, let's get back to this. Let me show y'all something. I found this very intriguing. The whirlwind made I as a sign to man of the manner of my created worlds. As thou behold the power of the whirlwind, gathering up the dust of the earth and driving it together, know that even so do I bring together the Agi and the Jah and nebulae in the firmament of heaven. By the power of the whirlwind create I the physical suns and moons and stars. And I commanded man to name the whirlwinds and the ethereal firmament. And he called them vortices and warps. There go the vortex. There go the vortex. See that? According to their shape called he them. So the whirlwind, how it operates, it spins and it brings everything into the center. All right. There it forms this ball of whatever it's gonna be. Whether it's a star, whether it's a comet, whether it's a planet, whether it's a sun, you understand? Whether it's an earth or a world, this is the method on how it's created. So when it says in the beginning, the Most High created the heavens and the earth or whatever, YHWH's is telling you the method on how. He used the whirlwind, he used the elements. See that? And this proves that the vortex had to be in existence before anything physical that you're dealing with. You see that? Anything that you're dealing with, the vortex had to be there already. And the vortex is the methodology on how the creator creates what you know is physicality. I know somebody like, oh no, bro, man, dang, man. All right, now watch this. By the power of the whirlwind, create I the corporeal suns and moons and stars. And I commanded man to name the whirlwinds in the ethereal firmament, and he called them vortices and warp, according to their shape called he them. By the power of rotation, there it is. There's a spin on it. It's a circle. It's a spin on it. You see, everything is in motion, man. So you got to really think about that when you start entertaining everything sitting still. And nah. If it's still, that means guess what? There ain't no vortex touching it. If there's no vortex, that's a dead planet. That's a dead physical body. Ain't no motion on it. By the power of rotation, swift driving forth in the extreme parts, condense I the atmospheric worlds that float in the firmament, and these become my corporeal worlds. He let you know how planets are made, y'all. This is how he getting down. In the midst of the vortex or the vortices, made I them. So in the middle, the very middle of the vortex is spinning. And while it's spinning, they call it a centrifugal force. And while it's spinning, it's gaining energy and power, and it's bringing it all to the middle. You understand? And then it grounds like due north. And that's what it is. And then from there, that's the beginning of any physical body that you got in the firmament. And then from there, it has to go through its stages to where it can one day be inhabited by life. You see that? Now watch this. And by the power of the vortices, I turn them on their axis and carry them in the orbit. So every orbit you see, moon, sun is on a course, moon, planets, whatever. Y'all, if it's in motion, it's because the vortex put it in motion. All right. The vortex is what the Most High uses or the Creator uses to create. All right. At first, the vortex is just ether. All right. In a stagnant state until the creator put motion on it. All right. And when he put the motion on it and commanded to move and gather up minerals and all that to create worlds, it's called a vortex. You see? If y'all understand, give me a 7 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up. So notice we talking about vortices made out of them, and by the power of the vortices, I turn them on their axis and carry them in the orbits I allotted to them. Wider than to the moons of a planet have I created the vortices, and they carry the moons also. So that makes sense. Yeah, if the earth, the moon, the sun are physical, corporeal, celestial bodies that were made by a vortex or vortices, then guess what? The vortex naturally got to be larger than the physical body it produced. So, y'all, when you're looking up and you see the vortex, when you understand these physical bodies, understand this, y'all, it's all been put into motion through the vortex. The creator uses the vortex, he uses gas, ether, and he spins it. And he commands it to start gathering. You dig? And that's how you got what you got. And I know it sounds crazy until we show y'all some more pictures. We're going to go show you the vortex. We're going to show it to you. She brew, what you talking about? She said, I done got ticked or something. Oh, what you talking about, she brew? It said, I'm going to read this again. Now, verse 5. It says, around about some of my corporeal worlds have I given nebulous belts and rings. Facts. On the ring of Saturn, the nebulous belts and all that, that man might comprehend the rotation of my vortex and world. So Yahweh is saying that I put the ring around these planets or certain of these planets so you can understand. You understand that everything moves in a vortex. Everything has a rotary on it. It moves in a circular motion. Everything. All right. And so we should be able to observe through the telescope the rings. You understand, around like a Saturn or a nebulous belt around Saturn or whatever, or any type of radiation belts, and comprehend and say, why is everything in a circle? Why is it in motion? Why is it spinning? Watch this. That I might comprehend, that man might comprehend the rotation of my vortex and worlds. Around about some of my corporeal worlds have I given nebulous belts and rings, that man might comprehend the rotation of my vortex and worlds. For each and every corporeal physical world created I a vortex first. Come on now. Come on now. If the vortex is used to create the corporeal worlds or the celestial bodies that we see in the heavens, then the vortex had to be first. For each and every corporeal world created I a vortex first, and by its rotation and by the places in the firmament where it travels, cause out a vortex to conceive the physical world. This is how. This is how. For each and every physical corporeal world created I a vortex first, and by its rotation, by the vortex rotation, and by the places in the firmament where it travels, cause out a vortex to conceive the physical world. A great vortex created I for the sun, and within this vortex and subject to it, made out of vortices of many of the corporeal worlds. So the sun has a master or a major vortex, and all the planets, you understand? But all the planets' vortex are in subjugation or subject to the sun's vortex. All right. The sun vortex I caused to rotate, and I gave it power to carry other vortices within it. According to their density and position, are they thus carried forth and around about the sun. Think not, O man. Trip off this, y'all. Think not, O man, that I created the sky of barren wastes and void of use. Even as man in the physical form is adapted to the physical earth, so is he in the spiritual form adapted to my ethereal worlds. 3 greatest states have I bestowed on man: the corporeal, the atmospherian, and the ethereal. Ooh, so Most High, I was saying, stop thinking that it's a barren wasteland. You understand? Stop thinking that. Nah, man, there's worlds and cities and beside that, in my father's house of many mansions. Marcus Israel, my beloved brother, Omaha, Nebraska, says, interesting. CERN utilizes acceleration and spinning motion of atoms, particles to smash in hopes of opening up new worlds. On the CERN reports, they are called anomalies, which open portals. Exactly. Why you think the Hadron Collider spins? Come on, man. They look, it's right in your face. It's right in our face, y'all. You dig? And again, we examine the text. Men call certain things wicked. I mean, they call the Nazarene scene literature wicked. I heard it all the time. But when we get into the text and we're like, all right, let's examine the text, it's something totally different. It's something totally different. You understand? So that right there is gotten to the methodology of how a creator creates. Now let's look at some of these vortex or vortices in creation. Let's look at some of this. Let's look at some of this. Y'all look at this. Look at this. Good night. Look at this. Huh? Like I was like, come on now. You don't see a vortex. You don't see the spinning. You don't see the circular motions and all that. You don't see that. Look at that, y'all. These are galaxies. These are worlds. The universe, huh? The multiverse, right? University. Cities in the universe. Look at all this. Look at all this. We just read that the Most High establishes and uses the vortex to create. And then, y'all, we look into his creation. So what do we see? Look at that. All those are vortices. All those. All those. Look at that. The heavens, galaxies, worlds. And guess what, y'all? Vortex. Vortex. They can't tell you can't see it, you can't. Look at that. That means, y'all, what we just read, that means what we just read is frighteningly accurate. You dig? Frighteningly accurate. Look at that. Vortex. Vortices. Spinning. So we can take our personal feelings out of it. Like, man, I don't like the fact that that's coming out of that book, man. Look, if we can read it and then look in real time and relate to it, then you understand, you just bumping your gums. You just talking out the side of your neck. That don't mean nothing over here. Nothing. Look at all these vortices. Look at that. Look at all this. Yeah, I just typed in on Google picture of galaxies. Every galaxy got a rotary on it or a vortex. Look at this. That's how magnificent our creator is, man. That's how magnificent he is, man. Look at that. Look at that. He said he used the vortex as a method of creation. He did. He gave you the example on how he uses the vortex methodology, how he uses the vortex to create everything you see. This is amazing to me. I ain't even gonna front. Like when I type this in and look, I say, wow. It's like my interest in the heavens has you know, the fire for that has lit again. Like, dang, I ain't never tripped off that. That's beautiful, man. That is powerful. So it don't matter if you don't like what we read or somebody don't like the fact that where it's coming from. If we can read, I don't care y'all if we can read in the newspaper. If I read it and then I can look in real time and validate what it said, then what I'm reading must be true. I don't care nothing about what nobody got to say. So what? So what? We just read about the vortex creation and then we look into galaxy. Then trip off this. He just said, think not, old man, that I made my heavens a barren wasteland. Look at this. Huh? Look at that. Look at all them worlds and stars. So we read where his heavens are not a barren wasteland, and then we go pull the images and show. It ain't barren. There's a lot more going on than we can understand, family. Believe that, know that. You understand? There's a lot more going on. A lot of people don't want to deal with that. All right, I want to go to the all right, I want to go to something else too. Let me share something else with y'all. All right. Then we're gonna get on the body here. We're gonna go show y'all about some of these false gods. You understand? And how they decide to go away from Creator, and Creator don't even chase them down. You dig? He don't even chase them down. Nope. Guess what? You gonna spill whatever it is that you serving up. You're gonna find yourself in a jam, and you're gonna cry out to me. And when you cry out to the Creator, it's all good. But guess what He gonna tell you to do? You gotta go clean that up. Until you clean it up and raise up, you know what I mean, all these mortals, until you clean up what you messed up, you can't even ascend. So every tub got to sit on its own bottom. So we about to go read about this false god, right? Who eventually had to understand, like, yeah, I'm tripping hard. And then guess what? He got to go get himself together, and then he got work to do. Every word that you spilled that partner, you got to come with the mop and clean that up. Everywhere where you told everybody you was the creator, you got to go back and tell them you are not the creator. I was lying. Everything you taught wrong, you got to go back and tell folks, like, look, we may have looked at that the wrong way. Let's get that. You see? So let's go read that. That's right, my brother Stephen, spiritual light. Just like you tell your children, you make a mess, clean it up, and I got plenty of them. I tell them all the time, I ain't even mad at you. Go clean it up, though. Go clean it up. You understand? So watch this. Let's go here. A little bit more reading and we about her. I just want to build with the brothers and sisters today, man. Love y'all brothers and sisters. Believe that. Y'all don't even know. I be over here amp with it. I be on amp status. Amp status. All right, we're going to go back here. All right, let's go to. I got something for y'all. Hold on. We gonna go to. Told you I had a surprise for y'all today. Now we gonna go to today. We back in Earth, Sky, Spirit, OHP. We gonna go to Book of Divinity. I believe that's where I was at. Is that it? No, you know what? Hold on. It is it, but I think that's the wrong chapter. Go back. How you go to the previous chapter? I think this is right here. Yeah, this is right here. So we in the Book of Divinity, chapter 12. We in Earth, Sky, Spirit, OHP. I know a lot of mumble mouth people got a problem with it. Whatever. We going through the text. Since everybody claim it's evil, we gonna go through the text and see if it's evil. And if it's not, you just gun bump it. That's it. All right. So we in the Book of Divinity, chapter 12. All right. Now this is about resurrection. Y'all don't believe in resurrection? Yeah, we do. We believe in perpetual resurrection. Eternal resurrection. Upward and outward. Yeah. Now look at it. The next resurrection was 6,000 million souls, or 6 billion. 1,000 million mean billion. So the next resurrection was 6 billion souls. And God and his lords and his sub-gods have maintained the diva and maintained all the orders of heaven. The diva is like more of a conference, not a conference, but like where they get together and come up with policy. All right, divine laws and all that. All right, so it says right here, maintain the diva and maintain all the orders of heaven and the divisions and kingdoms, save what had confederated with Ahura and his kingdom. Now, Ahura Mazda is a cat that was one time down with Creator and was one time down with true God, but decided to go do his own thing. And say, I think I can do a better job in this. And he ended up becoming a false God. All right. It says, save what had confederated with Ahura and his kingdom. So Ahura ended up having those that end up riding with him. Look at this. And God and his lords have preserved their colleges, schools, factories, hospitals, and nurseries, and their standard in the temples with mortals and of mortals who remain faithless, those who serve the Creator. That is the Awan race preserved in purity. Awan is like the brothers like Abraham and Abram, Moses, the Awan brothers. copper skin brothers, large brothers, you know what I mean, long beards, locks and all that. That's them brothers. It says, of mortals who remain faithless, that is the Iowan race preserved in purity, God and his lords and guardian angels, that's what Nashar is, held command for the glory of Creator. Look at this. So even though there are those who sold out, there are those that was down with true God, which is the Son of the Most High, that was like, no, we rocking with the Most High. We not about to go left field and go deal with Ahura and this whole little thing. But of the mongrels who were multiplying fast on earth, Ahura, his lords and guardian angels, or Ashars, held command. So the mongrels, look at this. But alas, for the grade of Ahura's host in heaven, in less than 1,000 years, he had abolished his colleges and schools, save what pertained to acquiring a knowledge of the earth and atmosphere. He taught not his people to look higher for other worlds, and herein he began the work which was in after time to be his own downfall. You see this? So instead of teaching and you know having those who have died that were a part of his kingdom, teaching them to always look for higher heavens, always be looking for progression, always looking to learn about whatever it is where you at, whether you're on the earth, atmosphere, or ethereal. Yeah, they got universities. That's where you get the title university from. That's universe. When you die, you graduate to the universe. When you die in the flesh, you become newborn in the spirit. All right. But there are nurseries in the heavens, colleges, schools, factories. Who make the chariots? And what do the chariots travel on? So there got to be roadways and all that, highways. There got to be factories. There got to be production. There got to be nurseries, schools, all of it. Y'all meaning this: when you die, it's not over. You understand? You got to grow to become an exalted angel, God, Lord. You understand? Never worshipped. You understand? Not owning anything. None of these subjects. These are the most highest subjects. You dig? And when the Creator call on you to raise up a fallen world, you and your host come through and get it done. Don't take no worship. Get the work of the Creator done. Raise the people up. You understand? Deliver them to their divine birthright. Keep it pushing. So the heavens is not a barren wasteland. There are roadways, colleges, schools. So this false God abolished it. He abolished any knowledge that pertained to a higher understanding. He wanted to keep everybody studying at his kneecaps. Yeah. With your chin in your palms, like the short leggers do, you know. Look, if any spiritual system you get involved with, have you with your chin in your palms. Huh? Like the short leggers when they watch TV. Get away from that. Run from that. Run from that. All right, look at this. Jehovah has said, whoever provided not a philosophy for the endless acquisition of knowledge. Now, this is what Jehovah, this is what he's saying, the Creator. The Creator has said, whoever provides not a philosophy for the endless acquisition of knowledge, dammeth up the running waters I have made. He say, look, whatever spiritual system you in, whatever philosophical sect you a part of, if it does not have to do with the endless acquisition of knowledge, guess what? It's a dam that's stopping the running waters of the Creator. You understand that? Creator don't want you out here as no idiot, no fool, not knowing what you're doing, ignorant. No, you're supposed to learn about everything. Learn about it. Test it out. You understand? And when I say everything, meaning learn about his creation. All right? Listen to the voice of the Creator that speaks through your soul. All right? You know what's right and wrong. You don't need nobody to tell you. You know better. So the Creator is saying whatever you are part of, if it has nothing to do with endless acquisition or the endless acquiring of knowledge, then you need to get up out of there. They stopping the running water of the Creator. You see that? If you understand that, give me a 9 up in the chat. Dammeth up the running waters I have made. Suffer this false god Ahura to teach what he will. The time will come when he will be obliged to find an outlet for my created beings. And rather than acknowledge me and my person, he will profess to send souls back into earth to be reincarnated. Uh-oh. 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 Reincarnation, huh? Man, Most High, like, look, let that little false God, look, teach whatever he want to teach. He ain't doing nothing but digging his own grave. He gonna have to find an outlet for all those that's following him. And when he do that, he gonna realize what? Dang, I done tripped. And guess what he gonna do? He gonna come up with this reincarnation doctrine. Oh man, don't worry about it. He gonna go back to earth and get it right again. Don't worry about it. He gonna go back to earth, and what you messed up on, you gonna get it right this time. Instead of saying, look, y'all, I'm not the creator, you know what I mean? I'm one of his sons. I went off, I started doing my own thing, I messed up. I'm here to tell y'all about the all in all, the ever present, the ever shall be. I'm here to teach y'all about the theory of the highest heavens. You understand? That way, when it's time for resurrection, we in that number, right? We read all the time, when the saints go marching in, you want to be in that number, right? Or you want to be in that resurrection. You understand? You want to be in that resurrection. You want to be in that number. Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. It says, verse 4. Ahura's heavenly kingdoms numbered more than 6 billion souls, and half of them were little better than drudges. So 3 billion souls were a little better than dark spirits. The unclean dark spirits, or who you call demons today, drudges. At one time was evil, a dark spirit when living and died and became a dark spirit. Was a dark spirit and dealing with evil and wickedness when they were alive and died and became a dark spirit, a drudge. So half of this false god's kingdoms were a little better than demons, drudges, being slaves to certain masters, doing whatsoever they were bidden, without knowing or desiring to know the reason therefore. As yet there was 600 years to pass before another dawn of Dan, or another resurrection, in which God, true God, his lords and their people had faith that the creator's host would come from on high to help deliver heaven and earth out of darkness. And on the other hand, Ahura, although having been taught the cycles in his early education, so he knew the cycles, you understand, of resurrection and how the earth got to go through stages and periods of darkness before the light of the creator, you understand, can come and shine that light, and then, you understand, mortals can be raised up. So this false guy understood the cycles. He was taught in his early education, meaning once he crossed over, he was a one-time living mortal. He crossed over and died and was taught early in his education about the cycles of the creator. Spread the word abroad in heaven and earth that there were no cycles, that as things are, they had been and would continue to be. So you got to watch that. You ain't trying to be up under the bootstraps or the kneecaps of none of these brothers and sisters out here. You understand? Look, we family. We on this journey together. You understand? But if anything is there to thwart your understanding, your knowledge, all right? If it ain't about, endless acquiring of knowledge, if it ain't about etheria, if it ain't about upward and outward, if it ain't about spiritual progression, you need to get up out of there. If it ain't about the character of the creator, you understand? You need to get up out of there, because they mixing and mingling. So as much as God's host prophesied to come in light, Ahura and his host prophesied that nothing of the kind would come. Ahura, moreover, sent the following order to his lords to be taught in heaven and earth, to wit, or that is, am I not the one who inspired Zarathustra, which was a Persian prophet back in the day, the all pure. So Ahura is claiming to be the creator. Spake I not to him face to face. Or not all things, or not all created things mine own. Who then knoweth but I? Who then knoweth but I will light up the world again? Behold, I am the personization of Ormazd. He's saying he the creator. Ormazd means the all light. So this false God is telling his lords to tell mortals that the creator is this Ahura cat. And Ahura is telling you there ain't no knowledge above what I'm giving you. There ain't no kingdoms above this, what I got right here. This is it. Who was voidness? He gonna say the creator is void. He ain't presence. But now is me, Ahura Mazda. In me only is life and death and resurrection. Whosoever calleth Ahura Mazda is mine and within my keeping. Suffer not your judgment to be warped by prophets who hope for impossible things. In the 6th Dan and the 80th year, Ahura's numberless heavenly kingdoms began to be disturbed by his sub-gods' lack of advancement. And so 60 of them congregated together and appealed to Ahura. So after so long, you know, everybody that decided to leave the setup of true God and roll with Ahura and become sub-gods under him. They little G's. They like the, you know, the little lows. They dig. They start complaining. They like, look, man, you promised some things and it ain't happening. Look at this. It says right there. It says right here. In reference to thee, O thou all highest God, many hundreds of years have we served you, and we have paid thee tribute. Whenever you require of us, we have helped to adorn your capital, sea tusk, with diamonds and pearls. We have laid your streets, your mansions have we built with precious gems, and as to your throne, what one of us is there but have contributed to glorify it before thee? Yea, in all things have we been most loyal and tributary to thee. So his little G's, his little lokes, like, hey, look, man, we've been beyond loyal. You understand? You know, but where that bag at though? What is our reward for being loyal to you? All right. Look at this, verse 10. Nor are we unmindful of our own wisdom. We remember your arguments of old. You did say to your God, meaning true God, behold, you have long promised we should be raised to more exalted kingdoms. But behold, 200 years have passed, and there is no advancement. This thou didst use as an argument for succeeding from your God's kingdom. They're like, look, you told us that, you know, in a very short time, we would get our own kingdoms. And this is how you convinced us to follow you. Behold now, we have served you and your kingdoms more than 1,000 years. Wow. See, within 200 years, they were supposed to have their own kingdoms, be raised up, not be little oaks. You know, have their own thing. They like, man, look, we've been serving you 1,000 years, Jack, and ain't nothing happened that you promised. More than 1,000 years. We come to thee to know wherein we can now serve you, that you may exalt us in the kingdoms, commensurate with our wisdom and power. They like, so what we need to do to go ahead and get, you know, elevate. What's up? Verse 11. To this Ahura replied, saying, most humble and well-meaning lords and sub-gods, why came ye not before me face to face? Why have ye consorted in private? Was not my capital and before my throne the proper place for your argument? He like, why y'all ain't tell me? Why you ain't come holler at me face to face with this? Had ye suggested any way whereby advancement was possible unto you, I had answered your demand. So he's saying, if you would have just came before me, I'd have answered that for you, right? But look at this. But his lords and sub-gods came not before him, but sent this answer, to wit, as you promised us advancement, provided we served you, so promise we our ashores, because the guardian angels are up under them. These are sub-gods. So promise we our guardian angels or ashores and our marshals and captains. Now they come to us. So they saying this, you promised us, you understand, advancement, and so did we promise advancement to those under us. But since we can't move, they can't move. And since they can't move, they're starting to complain to us. So guess what? We got to come holler at you. You dig? Now they come to us saying, for hundreds of years have we served. Give us preferment. But we have nothing to give. Think not, O God, that we are unwise, or that we hunger and come begging, or that diadems or gems or costly thrones will satisfy us. They're like, look, we don't want your money. We don't want no jewels. We don't want none of that. We know what thou hast to give, promises. We know what you have to give, promises. You just talking. You just talking out of the side of your neck. That's it. That's it. Because in 200 years, we were supposed to have been advanced, and it's been over 1,000. We still ain't advanced. So we know what you got. You got promises. That's it. We know every corner of your vast kingdom, and that all places are full, and that you cannot exalt us. They're like, man, we've been to every nook and cranny in your kingdom. Ain't nowhere to go. It's impossible. You lied to us. You promised us exaltation, but you can't exalt us. Everything's full. Wherefore then shouldest we have spoken before the throne and see to why we come to your throne, and we've been to every nook and cranny in your kingdom, and it's full, and we know you ain't about to give us no advancement. Look at this. Would not our voices but breed mischief amongst your other gods and lords? Rather let us err in our proceeding, bringing just punishment upon ourselves, than that we should injure thee in your kingdoms. Hear us then, O Ahura Mazda. Whence the desire, now remember, they're talking to a false deity, a god. All right. Whence the desire for endless advancement, if this heaven be all. Why the desire for endless advancement, if this heaven be all? If a little knowledge gives power, wherein is not great knowledge desirable? We have destroyed our great colleges, saying, higher than we, ye must not go. Remember thou, O Ahura, we were students under the faithless God. We were students under the Creator. Under the Creator who had a son that he raised up as true God. You understand? To deliver the earth and her heavens. So they telling the false God, remember you, O Ahura, we were students under true God and lords when you succeeded. When you decided to dip out and do your own thing, we were already disciples and students up under true God. We was already rocking with Creator when you decided to secede, or succeed from the kingdom, withdraw from the kingdom of true God and do your own thing. We were students. So we know the game you playing. We were students under the faithless God and lords when you withdrew. And thou said unto us, a curriculum of 1,000 years. Come with me, I will give you kingdoms at once. See that you promised us that. You promised us that. Come with me, I'll give you a kingdom at once. You over here learning for 1,000 years and doing all this extra, you come with me. And this is how he persuaded these sub-gods to follow him. Look at this. So we came to thee, and we were suddenly puffed up with great pride. Behold, now we look abroad, and the same stars shine upon us. So we ain't advanced as far as we go. And this fool ain't no going nowhere else. Behold, now we look abroad, and the same stars shine upon us. We have not visited them. We know not how to go so far. The countless Ethereal worlds lay beyond yours or beyond ours. We are told that they are habitable, but we know not. We have no knowledge enabling us to get away from these heavens, save indeed back to the filthy earth. To this Ahura replied, saying, it is plain to me ye are beside yourselves. This heaven is good enough. If there be higher heavens, let them come or stay. I go not to them, but in truth, with your present convictions, I will be an unwise God not to grant you dismissal from my kingdoms. He's like, look, I'm about to dismiss you. You can get about here, you can go wherever you want. But remember, they haven't learned to star travel. They haven't learned to go to the other worlds. They can only go back down to the earth. You understand? Become drudges. Look at this. This ended the matter, and the 60 sub-gods then deliberated on their course and finally sent to another true God, or God in Meru, the following address, to wit. In reference to thee, God of faith is in Jehovah, or Yahweh. We have had sub-kingdoms, and now our rank is beneath yours, but we are reaching outward and onward. To thee we submit our cause. First then, there are 60 of us of the rank of sub-gods, and we hold 700 million subjects. So, they like, well, we got to get up out of here. They being dismissed from Ahura's kingdom. So now they trying to show this next God that's rocking with the Creator their worth. They saying, look, we're very valuable. There's 60 of us, and we got 700 million soldiers ready to rock at the snap of a finger. You dig? Look at this. Disaffection have risen betwixt ourselves and Ahura Mazda. They're saying, so it's all bad between us and that false God, from whom we are alienated. But whether we shall unite our hosts into a new kingdom of our own or affiliate with some might God, that is our question. What preferment can thou give unto us if we turn our subjects over to thee? Like, look, we got 700 million subjects. If we turn them over to you, you understand? Will you look out for us? Remember, we sub gods. We got our own kingdoms and all that. You understand? We're very valuable. We leave in this false god. You understand? We understand you rock with the creator. This is what we bring to the table. You understand? Are we valuable to you? Look at how true God answers. Look how true God answers. It says, God answered them, saying, brothers, hear me patiently and consider my words. First then, I am not God of the faithless, nor of any other people, but God of the locality, which was assigned me by the Father, by the Creator, through his Son, which is true God. You see that? He like first, so this highly raised one-time mortal that we call an angel who hold the title of God, he ain't true God over heaven and earth. He's just a God over a certain local, but he's down with the creator, right? It says right here, neither can you give your subjects unto me, for by my service to Yahweh, I can have nothing. And least of all, my brothers and sisters. See, you see how true God or a God that's in service to the creator, you see how he handled up? He ain't saying bow down, worship me, pray to me. He ain't saying be my subjects and slaves, none of that. He said, consider my words. First then, I am not God of the faithless, nor of any other people, but God of the locality, which was assigned me by the Creator, the Father, through his Son, which is true God. Neither can you give your slaves or subjects unto me. For by my service to the Most High, I can have nothing. And least of all, my brothers and sisters. How you gonna turn your subjects over to me when they my brothers and sisters? My service to the Creator, I own nothing. All belongs to him. He calls on me to get his work done, and I get it done with super precision, breakneck speed, get it done. But guess what? Not to be worshipped, not to be prayed to. That goes to the Most High. See that? So he like, I can't have you. You can't give me your subjects. They don't belong to me. They belong to the Creator. Look at this. Look at this. In the next place, I can give you no preferment. I have nothing, neither to give nor to sell. Wherein the Father giveth me wisdom and power. He said, I got wisdom and power. I don't got nothing to sell you. All I have is wisdom and power. Wherein the Father giveth me wisdom and power, I impart them unto others. So he like, what the Father gives me, I give away freely. And that's how all is supposed to be rocking. We here to serve. We're here to hoard up. And look, it's homeless people on the streets. And here you go, got 5 storage lockers full of stuff they can use. So this God who ain't even true God over the heavens and earth, he's just a God over a certain locality of the earth. And he answers the true God who answers to the Creator. He's like, look, man, you can't give me these subjects. I don't got nothing to sell, y'all. What you mean? Neither to give nor to sell. I have nothing. What I'm doing, the Creator gave me wisdom and power to manage, but it's his. It's not mine to give away. Look how those who are in service to the Creator are speaking about the Creator, the Most High. Look how they speaking about him. And y'all, this is the same way we supposed to be handling up. That's why he was saying for us to be living like, the ancient Israelites, to live communally, share resources. You understand? Because guess what? Our highly exalted brothers and sisters, guess what they doing with the Most High's creation? This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. They share. You understand? This is the Most High's creation. You understand? It ain't mine to give. Oui. So wherein the Father giving me wisdom and power, I impart them unto others. Besides, until you have also learned to know that you have nothing, neither slaves nor jewelry, also desiring nothing, save wisdom and strength to impart to others. How hope you to gain admittance into my places of learning? He like, man, look, ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world you gonna get into my places of learning with that mindset. See, the servants of the Creator are selfless, not selfish, selfless. We're here to serve. We're here to serve. What you think I got don't belong to me anyway, it belongs to the Creator. We're here to serve and bless the Creator's creation. You understand? To be a conduit, a blessing. So the God over this locality is saying, look, I can't give y'all no type of referral or preferment. I don't have nothing. I don't have a referral for you to give or to sell. All right. I do have wisdom and power, and I impart that to others. You know what I mean? As the Father give it to me, I give it away freely. But you also got to learn to know that you have nothing. That's what he's telling these 60 sub guys. You don't own nothing, neither subjects nor jewels. Also, you got to get to a point where you don't desire none of that. Like, whatever. Our inheritance is ethereal, the highest heavens. Also, desiring nothing save wisdom and strength to impart to others. How hope you to gain admittance into my places of learning? And lastly, since you have kingdoms of your own already, raise them up. Yeah, what you doing trying to turn your slaves over to me? 700 million subjects. Bro, I don't own nothing. I don't have nothing to give. My brothers and sisters can't be my subjects. And until you learn that you don't have nothing and desire to have nothing, and that I'm here to serve the Creator and his creation, you'll never get into my places of learning. Right? And trip off this. Don't you already have your own kingdom? Get to work then. Get to work. And lastly, since you have kingdoms of your own already, raise ye them up, and thus prove unto me you're just married. Yeah, if you want to prove something to me that you're worthy, yeah, go raise up everybody that you led astray. That's what you got to do. If you find out you teaching something wrong, you got to go tell the people, period. What you mean? And yeah, they're going to hate you. They're going to be mad at you. They're going to be slobbering at the mouth and talking crazy to you. All that madness. You understand? All that madness. But look, what you spill, you got to clean up. Who you led astray, you got to put back on the right path before you can ever inherit your birthright. See, I like that. Every tub got to sit on its own bottom. You're responsible for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. And lastly, since you have kingdoms of your own already, raise ye them up, and thus prove unto me your just merit. To this the confederated gods replied, what meanest thou? What meanest thou? They probably crying and everything. That gods and angels must labor for others than themselves forever, and receive nothing therefore. They're like, what you mean? So you mean we supposed to labor for others? Y'all, that's how you get your high spiritual grade. That's how you can inherit Ethereum and have a great resurrection right out the gate. You understand? Because it's all about righteousness, a righteous service done unto others. That's what it's about. Right? Worship the Creator, righteous service done unto others. You understand? Follow the teachings of all the prophets the Most High sent that he had that light on. You understand? Purity and constantly work on your health. That's it. That's all, and that's it. So they saying, what meanest thou? God answered them, even so, save and accept, you shall receive an abundance of happiness, and it will endure forever. Here the matter ended for 2 whole years, and the sub-gods understood not the plan of Yahweh's kingdoms. But their kingdoms were out of sorts, having no head, and hundreds of thousands of their subjects were deserting them and returning down to the physical earth, becoming wanderers and drudges. You see that? Becoming wanderers and demons, basically. Said all they subjects start deserting them. Raising those up who you led astray is not an easy task. But nonetheless, you got to do it. All right? Nonetheless, you got to do it. Finally, the sub-gods again appealed to God and Maru, inquiring as follows, to wit, that is not a God, whether he be for another or for himself? Behold, we have helped to build up a horror. He is a mighty God. If we affiliate with you, we will labor to build you up also. Yea, we will adorn your throne and your great heavenly city. But since we have been sub-gods, we desire not to enter your service as menials and servants. They're like, look, we got rank. We've been schooled. We just don't want to be, you know, we ain't trying to be scrubbing no toilets or nothing, man. That's what they saying. What then shall we do that both you and ourselves may have honor and glory? God answered them, saying, you cannot serve me. I have no servants. Y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? God answered them, all right, saying, you cannot serve me. I have no servants. Serve ye Yahweh only. Wow. Good night. Good night. Good night. You see, even true God, and this ain't even true God, this is just the God of Maru over a certain locality of the earth. He like, man, you better serve the Creator only. How you gonna serve me? How? I don't have servants. I have no slaves. Serve ye the Creator only. Behold, we are all brothers. Y'all hear that? We are all brothers, being sons of the same great Spirit. As for building me up, sufficient is it for me that he who created me will build me up according to my just desert. Like, I don't need y'all to build me up. I don't need you to be my servants. I don't need you to build my throne. I don't need none of that. You look, you spilled it, you clean it. I don't need you to build me up. He who created me will build me up according to my just deserts. You understand? I will be built up, or I will be rewarded based off, you understand, how I get down. Look at this. As for doing, that's cold, because again, what is being shown is the difference between Creator, Yahweh, Yehovah, Jehovah, however you saying it. This ain't that. All right, there's a difference between Creator and God. You understand? That's what the brothers been trying to get brothers and sisters to see. Create a gang. That makes sense. God is letting it be known, like, look, I don't got servants. You can't serve me. I don't want your subjects. I don't want you building up no throne for me. You understand? I don't got anything to give you. All I have is wisdom and power given to me by the Creator, and I give it to others. You see how, you know, the word is humble. You see how humble this elevated God is? You see this? He don't want no, look, he don't want no gifts. He don't want no praise. He don't want none of it. What's evil about what we read? What's evil about this? Look at this. As for adorning my throne, you can only bring substance to it from the lower kingdoms. He's like, you ain't even higher than your kingdom. As for adorning my throne, you can only bring substance to it from the lower kingdoms, which I desire not. I don't care nothing about no substance from lower kingdoms. Why will ye adorn the heavenly city of Maru? Like, why will you adorn where I'm at? For what? This ain't the highest heaven. Behold, it is but a resting place on the great journey to the kingdoms of endless light. Y'all hear this? Now, you got a God over a certain locality over the earth. You understand? Letting it be known, like, look, I don't desire none of that. You ain't gonna be able to pay me off. I can't give y'all no type of preference or, you know, a shout out. None of that. None of it. I don't own nothing. I don't desire to have slaves. You dig? And if you want to deck my throne, you can't do nothing but bring me substance from my lower kingdom. So why even decorate this when this is just a resting spot? This is just a resting place on the great journey, y'all. We all on the same journey. And some of us get there faster than others, all right? It is but a resting place on the great journey to the kingdoms of endless light. And notice kingdoms is plural. And the light is endless. You see? Yeah, we believe in the resurrection. Upward and outward, man. Upward and outward. And this is amazing. I don't know how you can read this and be like, dang, that's tight. That's tight. So I ain't stuck nowhere. Like, I ain't stuck. You understand? Like, no, it's upward and outward. What you don't want to be, though, is in bondage to these false gods. Because when you cross over, you're going to be in bondage to them. You understand? Until their heavenly kingdom fall and the Creator send true God, his host, to deliver hell. Bust up a few hells and all that. You know what I mean? Look at this. In a few hundred years at most, look at this. In a few hundred years at most, not only I, but my host will rise from this place to return not to it forever. Look, the God over Maru was letting it be known like it ain't nothing you can give me. In a few hundred years, me and my people out of here. You understand? In a few hundred years, we ascend into Ethereum. I don't desire nothing y'all got. If you want to be in good graces, it'll clean up the mess you speak. That makes sense. And he like, whatever you got for me don't matter because I'm to Ethereum. I'm to Ethereum as soon as these next couple hundred years is over. I'm out of here. And I'm never returning here. Look at this. And lastly, to be a self-God as is Ahura, look at this, y'all, is to own all things possible and hold on thereto. So it's to be a self-God, not a God that has that earned the title, you understand, from the creator. This is somebody who puts a title on himself, like calls himself an apostle, calls himself God, right? And lastly, to be a self-God as is Ahura is to own all things possible and hold on thereto. To be a God as I am is to own nothing. I heard this? True God and sub-gods and the lords and all those rolling with the creator. They ain't out here talking about something. That's mine. That's me. To be a God as I am is to own nothing and to retain nothing, but to be forever given away. All one receive it. They live in communities and share their resources. He understood everything that I'm looking for is inward. I'm already rich. You out here chasing a bag that's going to corrupt. You out here chasing the wrong bag. You already got it. Yeah, you out here chasing the bag fun. You already got the bag. You already got the kingdom inward. You already got the Torah inward. Huh? Your spiritual man, who you become inward. All that's inward. Everything you looking for is inward. So he's saying to be a God as I am is to own nothing, to retain nothing, and to give away everything I receive. I give away. I bless others. Said I not to you before, begin with your own hosts and exalt them. Inasmuch as you ask for subjects, behold, the Father gave unto you. Think not that he will allow you now to cast them aside or barter them off. Now you're not about to get rid of these subjects. These yours. 700 of them, right? 700 million. Well, guess what? You 60 sub guys got to, guess what? Raise up 700 million of your subjects. You can't get rid of that. You ain't about to say, oh, the hell with them. Let me go ahead and raise on up to Ethereum. You made that mess. You cleaned it up. You had all them believing you was the creator. You got to go back to all them and let it be known I was lying. You understand? There are higher heavens above mine. Please forgive me. Let's work. You understand? Straight up. Now notice what it says right here. It says, inasmuch as you ask for subjects, behold, the Father gave unto you. Think not that he will suffer you or allow you now to cast them aside or barter them off. You're not going to be able to trade them off. You are responsible for these servants that have been following you. All right? Nor shall you suffer or allow them to become wanderers, nor to return back to the earth as drudges. As much as you raise up the kingdoms that have been entrusted to you, so will you also be raised up. Yeah. Clean it up. Clean it up. Until you clean it up, you ain't going nowhere. That's fair. Nevertheless, if you desire to affiliate with YHWH's kingdoms, the way is open unto you. And your first labor would be to gather together all your own hosts. You want to inherit the Creator's kingdom? All right, it's open to you. You can get there. All you brothers and sisters can get there, right? But you got to gather. This false God, had to gather, or these sub-gods, to gather together all your own hosts and to labor amongst them, teaching them wisdom, strength, and individuality equal with yourselves. Raise up everybody that's your slave. Raise them up to an equal level of yourself. That's what you got to do. And it's 700 million of them. Good night. Good night. It's 700 million of them. And those are what you got to teach them. Wisdom, strength, and individuality. Y'all, none of us should be acting like each other. You understand? You your own individual. The Creator gave you that. You got your own personality. And notice what this guy got to teach his subjects: individuality, strength, wisdom. And he got to raise them up to be equal with himself. You ain't the master no more, Jack. Y'all not the 60 masters or sub guys no more. You got to labor amongst your own hosts and raise them up. You spilled it, clean it. And when the lowest of them is so risen, then can you enter the kingdoms of the Father, as you have had the profit of your subjects for hundreds of years. Return you now unto them service for service. Jehovah is justice. Yahweh is justice, man. That's fair. That's fair. Now you got to serve them. They served you for 100 years. Now you got to serve them in wisdom and strength. You understand? And individuality. And as they served you, you got to go serve them. You know what I mean? And he's saying until the last one of them is risen up. That's 700 million. Got work to do. And that lets you know no matter how far you slip down a proverbial path or down a rabbit hole, you can always be redeemed. You understand? Nobody says it's going to be easy, though. You got work to do. We got work to do. All right? The sub guys made no answer to this for a while, but Yahweh moved upon their hearts. The sub gods made no answer to this for a while, but Yahweh, the creator, moved upon their hearts, and they perceived wisdom and justice, and they what? Repented. See this? They repented bitterly, bewailing the loss of 1,000 years in which they had espoused, kingdoms. They had to understand it, like we tripped going against creator. Look at all the time we lost, man. You understand? We've been working. We've been working against ourselves. We've been taking a step forward and 10 backwards. We ain't got nowhere. We ain't progressed at all. They repented and had to understand, all right, well, for us to get to where we're trying to get to, we got a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. And they had to repent. They had to recognize the error in their ways. You understand? Turn away from it and acknowledge the Most High. And y'all, these are angels. But Yahweh moved upon their hearts, and they perceived wisdom and justice, and they repented bitterly, bewailing the loss of 1,000 years in which they had espoused kingdoms. But they had neither power nor learning sufficient to extricate themselves. So they petitioned God for more light, whereupon God affiliated them and appointed Vishnu Lord unto them and their hosts. See, so they didn't even have the sufficient amount of education or light. You understand? So guess what? He got to go ahead and appoint somebody to go ahead and get them together. A tutor or something. And Vishnu took 300,000 teachers, captains, physicians, nurses, and laborers and went to them in Maitreus, a heavenly place, to the west coast, to the west of Venue, Venue is India. So it's letting it be known like this locality is right above the landmass of India. This is going down in the heavens right above the landmass of India. All right, to the west of Venue, and there established a lordly division with messengers in connection with Maru and Harati. And Vishnu sent his captains with sufficient forces under command of the sub-gods to arrest such as had become wandering spirits, detain them, or had returned to the earth as drudges or demons. And while these were on this duty, Vishnu organized his lorddom. And this was the first lorddom established in heaven, which is to say, as mortals on earth have military stations, so was the lorddom of Vishnu. Where do you think mortals get the understanding of military bases? It all come from the heavens, y'all. All right. Yahweh's voice has spoken to God and Diva, saying, behold, the time is coming when the sub-kingdom of Ahura, the false, will begin to revolt. So Creator already know that false God about to lose his kingdom. His subjects are going to revolt against him. And trip off how the Creator talking. He ain't mad. He's like, look, he dug his own grave. He's going to have to work to get back in good graces, to get back to the light. You got to work. All right. So he's saying we'll begin to revolt. And they had thousands of millions, billions of slaves who would strive to go back to the earth to dwell with mortals. That's that reincarnation, or the fetals, right? They dwell in darkness, and thou shalt not suffer them to regain the earth, lest the races of men go down in darkness, even as before the submersion of Pan, even before the flood. You understand? So it's being said like, look, go down there and then make this happen. You understand? Make this happen. Now look at this. For which reason thou shalt establish a lorddom and raise a sufficient army to shield the inhabitants of the earth. And thou shalt make India or Vishnu, I mean not India, India is Vishnu is that Lord. And thou shalt make Vishnu thy Lord in my behalf. So Vishnu, you understand, is a highly exalted angel, but he's a Lord. He ain't a God, but he a Lord. But guess what? He got control or authority over these sub-gods who revolted from up under old boy Ahura. And he's coming to teach them because their education wasn't sufficient enough. You understand? Dealing with this false God. Remember what the Creator say? Whoever provide a philosophy that doesn't attain to the endless acquisition of knowledge, they shut up the living waters of the Creator. They dammeth up his living waters. And that's what Ahura did. You understand? He didn't provide a kingdom that had to do with endless acquisition of knowledge. He didn't establish a kingdom letting it be known. This ain't the highest heaven. You understand? This ain't nothing but a resting place. He tried to really do his own thing. All right. When it was known in Cetus, the heavenly place of Ahura, that 60 sub-gods with their hosts had affiliated with Jehovah's kingdoms or Yahweh's kingdoms, general disobedience to Ahura was manifested by the remaining sub-gods. Oh, okay. So they decided to go do their own thing. We out of here too. But remember, Creator just said his kingdom gonna fall. Watch. All right. Of whom were yet more than 800 who had within their dominions upward of 2 billion angels, all slaves, and with light of no other heavenly place than the small precinct where they had been kept in drudgery hundreds of years. Look at this. The voice of Yahweh came to God saying, my son. See that? God is a son of the Creator. God is not the Creator. God is a son of the Creator. The voice of Yahweh came to God saying, my son, take advantage of the seed of disaffection in Ahura's kingdom. Send thou an Otivon, send a chariot, a spaceship of great power throughout the heavenly kingdoms. And thou shalt put trumpeters in the Otivon. I want one of them deals, boy. Otivon. Thou shalt put trumpeters in the Otivon, and they shall prophesy the dawn of Dan within 200 years. The dawn of Dan meaning resurrection is coming. Even though the earth is going through its dark period, resurrection is coming. All right. God perceived, and he had his workmen build an Otivon of great power. See that? So you got skill, you got men with skills on how to properly build vehicles or spaceships. Right? And he provided trumpeters and sent forth, saying to them, 10 years shall ye travel in the heavenly places around about the whole earth, prophesying. In less than 200 years, Yahweh's Etherian hosts are coming. Prepare ye for the resurrection. His kingdoms are open for the weary. His lords and gods will give you rest. They had to go around the heavens for 10 years prophesying this. You understand? Look at this. Ahura summoned his council of false gods, hoping they might invent a remedy to counteract so great a prophecy. And he and his council sat 40 days and 40 nights in their heavenly capital, but there was no highlight amongst them, merely each one giving his opinion. That's right. But at the end of 40 days, Ahura resolved upon the following method to send a prophecy of his own. Accordingly, he had an Otivon built and sent trumpeters forth with these words, to wit, I, Ahura Mazda, only son of the all-nothing presence, personated in my very self, proclaim from my all highest heavenly judgment seat. Hear my words, O ye gods, and tremble. Hear me, O ye angels, and fall down. Hear me, O mortals, and bow down to my decrees. Behold, I sent my fire ship, prophesying that in less than 200 years I will come in the dawn of Dan. But ye obeyed not. Ye were defiant before me. Then I swore an oath against all the world. Ye shall know my Devas, whose God is Anra-Manias. I will have mine, and I will give drugs and drudges by thousands and tens of thousands over the everlasting torments. Look at him. He's saying, like, look, don't believe that. You know, you didn't heard this, that. Yeah, it's going to be everlasting torment messing with me. Ahura's God had become acquainted with him during the hundreds and hundreds of years, and they no longer trembled at his commandments. Y'all hear this? Ahura's gods had become acquainted with him. Like, we know you. During the hundreds and hundreds of years, and they no longer trembled at his commandments. And their hearts, look at this, in their hearts they knew he could not do what he professed. They knew his prophecies were vain boastings. Yea, his very trumpeters believed not what they proclaim. All right, I'm going to stop right there. That right there is the book of Divinity, chapter 12, dealing with the false gods. You understand? All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, the owner, creator, the all in all, the always present, always was, is, and ever shall be, the mighty Yahweh, 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 Jehovah. When we read Jehovah, Yoah, all of the above. You understand? All of the above. You dig? I see y'all in the chat. All right, give me a 2 up in the chat if y'all got some understanding today. You understand? What you don't want to do is put a free case on the creator. Stop that. Stop thinking about him as if he's evil and bloodthirsty and require blood and the fat of lambs. And stop all that. Stop all that. Like he require you to kill children. And stop all that. Stop all that. That ain't what it is. You understand? Creator don't even move like that. True God don't move like that. Nobody moving with the creator move like that. You understand? So it's time for us to start differentiating between the Most High or the creator and these gods, man. Got a body of false gods because they all throughout the Bible. I know you don't want to hear it, but we've been telling y'all for a year and a half. It's all in there. Like, look, watch out. Look, that ain't the creator right there. Look, and even Messiah told you the same thing. So it's just time to get back to it. You understand? And none of us should be afraid to examine any information. Like I heard all that, especially with my brothers and sisters that deal with OWASP. You know what I mean? I've been studying. I've been studying that deal. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. It's a lot of fascinating stuff that I run across. Like, dang, I ain't never trip off that. You understand? So before anybody can deem anything wicked, they got to examine the text. And what we read today was what? Was it wicked? It wasn't nothing wicked. It was all about creator. And even the God that's down with creator, his son, he like, look, I don't want to be worshiped. I don't want to be praised. I don't own nothing. I can't give you nothing. And whatever you think you're going to do for me, you're going to get from a lower kingdom. I don't deserve it. And trip off this. In 200 years, me and my host out here anyway. So what is it you can give me that I desire? Nothing. You got a heavenly host, right? You got a host, you got kingdoms and all that. Go build that kingdom back up. Go raise everybody up who you led astray. Convince me you got right merits. Convince me you want to get down with the creator. But as for you giving me your subjects and all that, I can't own my brothers and sisters. No, that don't work like that. It did. So understand that, y'all. Understand that. It's important to understand the character of the creator. If you don't understand the character of the creator, any makeshift deity can appear to you. They say, I am your God, the time is now, start killing. And if you don't got the sense of even Abraham to be like, no, I was commanded not to kill. If you don't got the sense of Yahshua when he, when he was tempted, told the enemy, no, it's written. I ain't getting down like that. If you don't got that, then guess what, y'all? In this life, and even when you cross over, you dig? How you know you ain't gonna be in bondage or in slavery to these false gods? They here right there, sitting on the throne. They here right there. There you go. But now you know what we've been studying. You can't see the creator like you see a man. So any deity manifesting you saying, bow to me, show me your allegiance, I am your creator. That nigga look like my uncle. Please stop it. Or he look like any man. Stop it. Bow and worship me. Nah. For one, you an angel. 2, the creator can't be seen. 3, you did every true God, a true Lord, a true angel rolling with the creator don't require worship, don't want your praise. They simply here to be ministering servants to raise you up. You did. Look, y'all need to go see the movie, the new Thor that just came out. Hot garbage. I got to keep it real with you. Hot garbage, right? But the beginning scene, y'all need to go see this, right? Beginning scene of that. It's this cat, you understand, and his daughter. It's this man and his daughter, and they in the desert. In the desert, it's dust storms, sandstorms. He's praying. He's praying to the creator. He's praying to who he called his God, should I say. Fasting. He doing all that. Eventually, his daughter died. Eventually his daughter died, right? And he's still staying, faithful to his deity, to his God. He's still doing it, right? So remember, it's the desert. Ain't no water, ain't nothing around, right? Nothing's around. So he look up and he see it's pools of water, it's an oasis and all that. So he go through the bushes and all that, and he see this God. He see his God sitting in like a field of flowers, and he see other gods. You know what I mean? And he see other gods, you dig, sitting amongst his main God. So he says, great so-and-so, I kept the faith. I never denied your name. Even my daughter, she died believing in your name. All that's left is for you to keep your promise. Y'all, do you know this God looked at him and said, what promise? He said, of the eternal reward. Now, remind you, this cat ain't ate nothing, ain't drank nothing. He see all this fruit. He started mashing the fruit and everything because he's thirsty, he hungry. So he say, the promise of the eternal reward. This fake ass God. And look, this man daughter done died worshiping this God and everything. Like, he really believed this, right? This makeshift God said, he believes there's an eternal reward. And then all the gods bust out laughing at him like, this nigga believe he gonna get the eternal reward from me. He's like, but no, you promised. You promised. And he took some and threw it at him, called him a dog. You understand? Stop eating my fruit, you dog. He did. So he got to talk about his kingdom, and then the cat that worshiped me said, no, you don't get it. Your kingdom is fallen. You have no more subjects. And so then the fake God was like, yeah, whatever, I'll raise up more subjects. You understand? And the cat that was worshiping said, I'll never worship you again. So the God got angry, stood up, picked him up by the throat, said, what you say? You dig? And while he was choking him out, right, a sword came out the ground. And he heard, the dude heard little voices or whatever. The cat that worshiped the God. Sword came out the ground. It went into the hand of the cat that was worshiping that fake God. And he cut the God down, became the God butcher or the God killer. You understand? Because he was pissed. He was pissed that he spent his whole life worshiping this false God, and to find out it was all a game. He thinks it's an eternal reward. That's how he was laughing. I say, good night. That is crazy. So that's that new Thor movie that came out. You know what I mean? That new Thor movie that just came out. The whole movie is garbage, but the beginning of it, man, look, when I seen that, I said, dang, okay, the false gods playing them like puppets. You know what I mean? And he laughing at dude, called him a dog, threw fruit at him. He thinks there's an eternal reward. Like, the nerve of this idiot. You see what I'm saying? He's like, no, but my daughter worshipped you and we stayed faithful to your name. All you have to do is just keep your promise. He said, what promise? Of the eternal reward. For keeping the faith. For not denying. He thinks there's an eternal reward. I say good night. You dig? If that ain't truth, if that ain't the false gods playing us like puppets, bro, what is? Yeah. So I pray y'all got some understanding up in the chat. Y'all know how we do, man. We bring it all out. You know, we try, we critically examine, or we critically think over here. We are not robots. Right? We critically think about whatever information we bring in and take in. You understand? That's what it's about. All the time. That's what it's about. So we're not falling for the tricks like, well, you shouldn't read YHWH's because it is, or you shouldn't read the book of Jasher because it is. You know what I mean? Or you shouldn't believe in Enoch because it is. Or you shouldn't be, nah, man. No, you have the right to examine whatever information it is, and if you can pull what's righteous out of it, pull it up out of there and apply it to your life. You understand? We are not children. You understand? And for most of us, you ain't gonna be able to scare us with that madness. Like, oh man, how was something compiled? Okay, all right, we still got to go into the text and read and see if it line up, and if it don't, then it just don't. Or you may read something that don't resonate with you. All right, well, I just don't deal with it. I don't deal with that part of it. But it's a lot of great information. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't deal with the Nazarene Gospels in totality. Mad at you. I mean, certain things that you may not feel that resonate with you. Certain people don't deal with the Clementine homilies or the Nazarene Acts. Certain people don't deal with the Apocrypha. Is we really gonna have this argument? Are we really gonna have this argument? Every last one of you brothers and sisters got a divine right to take in whatever type of information it is, disseminate that information, and apply what's righteous to your life. You got a right to do that. Ain't under the bondage to none of these Negroes. I don't care what nobody thinks. So what? You don't like it, do something. Right? You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna get physical. You ain't gonna get spiritual. You ain't gonna debate. You know what you're gonna do? You're just gonna run your mouth. That's it. That's it. Run your mouth and put up pictures of white men. We can do that all day. Every book that you touch, a white man done touched, directly or indirectly. We can do that all day. When we gonna go deal with the information? Is what I'm saying. You understand? When we gonna deal with the information and then trip off this, critically examine it, scrutinize it. Scrutinize it all. Ain't nobody telling you don't scrutinize the old WASP, scrutinize it. You understand? Open it up. Cross-check it. You dig? What you feel is wrong, try to prove it wrong. Let's see where you get. That's it. We all on this journey together, man. That's it. You dig? Ain't no big eyes and little U's. I ain't above none of y'all. You dig? But what I will say is for the WASP to be something, you know, evil, or you know what brothers be talking about, white man rolling and all that. Look, I got brothers that's outside with it saying, what's up? We taking every debate you niggas talking about. What's good? There ain't nobody even stepping up. The few cats that stepped up, that wasn't even no fight. That was easy. That was like, come on, man. You understand? So I ain't trying to hear what you feel, what you think, what you like. If you got a problem, come defeat the brothers. If you can't, then just keep that to yourself and study up. That's it. And study up. You dig? Every last one of you brothers got the right, brothers and sisters got the right to take in information, properly disseminate it, meditate on it, apply what you need, get rid of what you don't. Is it really that simple? It's really that simple. You dig? So all praise and glory now to the Most High. Let me show these real quick before I get up out of here. I want to go show them pictures of the cosmos again, man. And that right there gave credence to the vortex. Say, dang, bro. How we gonna read it and then look, and we look and it's there? Dang. How long you gonna keep talking crazy? Pictures of the galaxies. Let me go back one. Remember, it say in there, don't think that I made my skies a barren wasteland. Powerful. Powerful. But look at all these worlds, man. All these worlds. All these galaxies. And all I did was type in pictures of galaxies. So we're talking about he created the vortex and gave it motion and put ether in rotary, and used that to create all his worlds, the vortex. Look at this. Look at this. You can see the rotary. You can see the vortex. Look at all that. Look at that. All that spinning. Cyclical. Look at all this. It's vortex. Vortexia. See, we can deal in real time. We can read and deal in real time is a problem. You know what I mean? Dig? Look at this. Look at that. And y'all all, and look, what we reading in when we was reading OWASP about how the creator creates, y'all got to realize this. All this was before the Hubble telescope. You understand? This information that's in OWASP was before the Hubble telescope, before the James Webb telescope. It did. We reading about how the creator uses vortices and the vortex to create worlds and suns and moons and galaxies. And here it is right here. Before Hubble caught this picture. I know some people like, well, they all computer generated images. I hear you on that. But ask yourself this. Why are the computer generated images of a vortex? Why? Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all these worlds, man. And what else explains that? What else explains that? like what other spiritual book you gonna grab to explain the cosmos? You understand? We can go get the book of Enoch, but look, I done read Enoch, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Enoch. Enoch don't handle up like that. It's a deep read, no doubt, but it don't handle up like what we just read. It don't. Look at this. All these vortices, man. And these are galaxies, worlds. You see? You know what I mean? So I just want to show y'all that. Y'all know I got much mad love for all the brothers and sisters. Look, even if you don't agree, you understand? But to drop something and say something is wicked or satanic, or even to accuse any of my brothers and sisters of being wicked and satanic, you understand? We're going to call you to the flow on that. All right? Prove that. Show that. All right? If you can't show it, then, hey, it's just what it is. You're just talking out the side of your neck. That's it. So that's powerful right there. But notice the rotation. Look at the rotary. Look at the rotary. You see? So all praise and glory now to the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh, the Creator. You understand? Forever live the teachings of our Messiah in the heart, minds, and spirit of all you brothers and sisters. Believe that and know that. All right. The inmates is running the asylum. I'm finna have to go get with these short leggers, these children, real quick. But y'all stay focused, man. Peace, love, light, healing, and balance. Don't be out here free casing the Creator. How is he to be thought of? All powerful, all knowing, omnipotent, always was, is, and ever shall be. The mighty Yahweh, Yahweh, Jehovah. However, brothers is saying this, is saying it. You know what I'm talking about, the Creator. And today we made a difference. We differentiated between Creator and the gods. All right? So make sure you dealing with Creator, praising Creator, because what you don't want to be is in bondage and subjugation to these false gods, not in this life or in the life to come. You understand? So all praise and glory now to the Most High. How do you think about the Most High or the Creator? Is he bloodthirsty? Is he a baby killer? You understand? Does he require does dead flesh and blood smell good to him? Huh? Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes your little ones against the stones? Or do you think about the Creator, how the Messiah said? You understand? That he's all good, all knowing, all powerful, always was, is, and never shall be, ever present, the mighty Yahweh. That the evil goes to the adversary. He was the one on all that slick Willie madness, not the Messiah's fault. All right, created gang, all praise. All right, y'all, I'm about it. Let me jump on these short leggers. Hey, y'all, continue to pray for each other. You understand? Pray for me as I continue to pray for y'all. Continue to pray for each other. You understand? We definitely need that. And go back and watch. The video that I played in the beginning of this. It goes into the science of prayer. All right? It goes into the science of prayer. Every last one of you brothers and sisters got the ability to heal yourselves through the knowledge of the Creator. You understand? But it's a science to it. It ain't spooky. It's just science. All right? All praises to the Creator of all creation. That's right. That's right, Samaj. Y'all free. I'm going to stick with the Bible. That's no doubt. That's what's up. It's all good. Ain't nobody punching nobody into nothing over here. You dig? But whenever you want to deal or get down, we swim in the KJV too. We swim over there all day. We swim over there. We'll swim with the Cephas and any version of the Bible anybody want to deal with. They got a problem with what we saying. We swim over there too. You understand? So all praise and glory now to the Most High. Love y'all indeed in the truth. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all as well. Peace, love, light, healing, and balance to the hopeful elect. You understand? Strap up a backup. All right, create a gang in the building. Create a gang is the family. Create a gang is the movement. Shout out to my Nazarene and scene. Faithless brothers and sisters. Y'all already know we ain't got long. Clip up, yo.